4. Okay. I didn't even
Welcome,
get a chance to
everyone.
count. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Go for it.
Oh, I just didn't have the chance to count down.
Alrighty, sorry, my bad.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody to another session of Dunn Tortures His Co-Hosts with bad TLJ takes.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Yep. Apparently,
Yeah.
this movie is so important that
We're still talking about it 3 years on? Yep.
It's imagine
mission
4 years
accomplished,
on.
Ryan Johnson. You really
You created an intellectual study in how not to write a movie.
no. What he did was he shit in the urinal, and now we have to clean up his mess.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that people are still talking about the movie. I'm just surprised that people are still fighting over this movie.
Haven't we established that it's bad?
Yeah, it's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the fact that The Last Jedi is now being taught as as what not to do in screenwriting classes. That's actually really funny to me.
Yeah, like, and generally a lot of like those writing stuff is generally left wing. So the irony.
Yeah,
that
the
even
irony is
the left,
palpable.
like the leftist institutions are like, no, this is absolute shit.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of before we begin, let's kind of summarize the last video, just so everybody knows where we're at. So, each person who watched it, please give your thoughts while I get it set up. We'll start with Chef.
Go for it. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to say the video is pretty bad. I mean, I have a response video to it on my channel. It's just generally like it's like Strawman Central. You know, the video is pretty much just made of Strawman and really, really garbage excuses for the movie. It feels like someone trying to like defend, like it's like how like when modern day like leftists try to like defend Stalin, and they're like, no, Stalin was good, and you're like how do you even, you can't use logic and reason to actually defend that position. You have to make up weird, very strange points, and that's how it feels when that guy's defending The Last Jedi.
Oh, just wait. I'm debating whether or not to. Well, we'll have to watch his Last Jedi Righted by Fans video, which is even worse, even though it's 9 minutes long. It's like Strawman the video.
There's some pretty funny strawman videos on. I think it's like on Freedom Tunes. Like, have you guys like seen those? Like where like it's like the strawman and like
the debates with strawman. I love that.
Yeah, I love Freedom Tunes. He's pretty funny.
The coronavirus was invented in a lab by introverted nerds to avoid social situations.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is gonna be so fun. We already got a good crowd going. This is gonna be great.
Man, we totally need some Freedom Tunes.
Hi, everybody.
Alrighty. Well, let me see. I wonder how to get that little pesky bit of Podbean off the screen. I'll figure it out.
You can
later.
just set it to not share screen, but just share audio. Maybe. I actually don't use StreamYard, so don't listen to me.
Let me see.
Share a specific Chrome tab. I know you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, share specific. Yeah, I'm sharing this Chrome tab right now. Let me. We can kind of just deal with it.
Go on. This is gonna be great. Hello, Blue. Hello, Nick Brown, Occupation Army, Dr. Crow,
Hey, it's Dr. Crow. Hi, Dr. Crow.
Nova Roma, Ken Kaneki,
Yep. Always a pleasure.
Comrade Fernando.
We got a good crowd. We got 11 people in already. That's great. We have to build up for a little bit.
People are here
That's
to see the dumpster fire.
Yeah, like for the Rancor of progress.
I like how the Rancor is supposed to represent progress.
It's this disgusting evil monster.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you
So,
trying to make
progressive.
us hate your ideology?
So yeah, peak progressive ideologue.
And it's what the evil gangster feeds you to.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, the Rancor
I mean,
looks
I guess
like
that's basically cancel
feminist,
culture.
Yeah, the Rancor does look like typical feminist usually.
No, I meant like you either comply with our social justice demands or
Wait.
get fed to the Rancor.
They're the ones that said that?
Yeah, they're the ones.
They proudly see progressivism in a light that equates it to the Rancor.
The Rancor of progress.
Yes.
That's what makes it
How
awesome.
appropriate. I have
Yeah,
a perfect thing. No, actually, I have a perfect thing to complement that statement. So it's something that Jordan Peterson said once that I enjoyed. Well, it wasn't amusing. It's amusing in this context, but it actually intrigued me. He said he suspects that people that have a tendency to commit evil deeds have a demonically warped aesthetic. Like the way they aesthetically see things is warped. Now, when we translate that here, it's quite amusing.
Can we still crush it with a door?
Yeah, what's the
We can do
door represent then?
Reality?
I don't know.
Objective reality,
Let's go with
crushing all
that.
your hopes and dreams.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, we're Luke, hitting the button and the door is reality.
Alrighty. So, without further ado, let's get into the first half of the 2-hour podcast.
Oh boy.
Boy.
You ready for paid, everybody?
Let's do
Oh
it.
boy.
Yep. And you can hear it?
We heard it for a second, but I don't know what happened.
Oh, can you hear it? Oh. 1 second. Let me reshare. Sometimes that happens. It's so annoying that it doesn't like automatically share your audio. It's so annoying.
Oh yeah, you don't want to change the world, as they say on Morning Nonsense.
Yeah. These people are so.
Because I've just been having another argument about it on Twitter, and I hate arguing on Twitter at all. Like, because
Hey, I also hate arguing on Twitter. What a coincidence.
because I've
Yeah, I hate arguing on Twitter too.
because I've
Like, the thing is, like, Twitter is like where all of like the bad stereotypes of like left wing like individuals are
because
true.
I've just been having another
And Tumblr.
Oh yeah,
because
Tumblr. Well,
I've
except
just been
Tumblr.
having another argument about
Okay, perfect. I got it at the right spot.
We'll do a reverse Rogue One. Like, we start out with a huge amount of praise. we'll go to its actual structural problems and like, things that are problematic with the Last Jedi, and then we can just carry on to everything that's good. Is that all right? That's just
That's going to be rough because there's very little that is good.
No,
Well,
it's actually going to be very
interested to
easy
see-
because very little that is good. They could just go, oh yeah, this and this,
Yeah.
and then they could just
Sure.
move on, and then like they could go right into the shit.
What's I'm
Sure.
interested to see what he's trying to say is bad. I feel.
Yeah.
I think he's going to point out
Yeah.
the wrong things.
Oh yes,
Watch, he's going to point out that the film is accidentally racist. Like it's like ER's take, where the movie was so incompetent it made the point that women are terrible at everything.
Oh, he also made the point. Oh, ER. I think ER also made the video about Black Panther, where like Black Panther basically proves that Killmonger did nothing wrong according to the rules of Wakanda because they're like a dictatorship, basically.
Easy peasy also made that argument. And you were saying something, Chef, or did you already finish your point?
Oh no, I finished.
Okay, cool. Well, let's talk about what they think are the flaws. I've listened to this, so I know what they're going to say, but I'm interested to hear your takes.
just get the shit.
So,
the stuff that the people being.
You ask? Did you ask? Sorry, did you ask what we thought what they were gonna say?
Well, no, I'm just okay. So, what do you think that? Well, I said I was interested to hear your thoughts, but that's a good point. What do you think they are going to say are the problems with The Last Jedi?
I'm gonna
I
think.
think-
So, I compare this to, for example, I compare this to like this one article on Morning. This is a very old episode of Morning Nonsense where Literature Devil was reading an article in funny voice, basically saying the New Warriors. Yeah, that's how old it was. Wasn't woke enough.
Yeah.
Like, and they were complaining how offensive it was to non-binary people that they have a non-binary person named Snowflake in Safe Space. Like, and they were saying that, and like, I'm assuming that this is going to be like that. It's not woke enough.
Chef?
I think he's going to be really generous. He's going to be like, yeah, you know, the Canto Bite scenes were kind of drag. They could have been taken out, and he might be like, yeah, you know, like say really like basic sort of shallow criticisms that aren't really controversial. You know, like pretty much everyone can agree. Like, yeah, the Canto Bite stuff's kind of lame, and I think he's just going to be very vanilla,
Very vague, almost.
very vague. And the way that the video, like the first part of the podcast, I guess, frames it as like I think he genuinely does think the movie's like a SJW like masterpiece, you know. So I don't really know if he's going to be like, oh, this wasn't woke enough, like it should have had more inclusion and more diversity because
There's no trans or LGBT.
Oh well, he'd make the argument that it's Poe and Finn. So
Holdo didn't punish Poe hard enough. That's one thing I'm gonna roughly guess, or something like, oh, she didn't do this nearly enough as much. 1, 2.
Yeah.
So all of you are semi-right. Well, actually, like all of you are semi-right in ways. Though, well, okay, so it's like a yes and no.
No.
Just wait.
He's gonna say it wasn't woke enough. It's not gonna be vanilla.
No.
I don't actually. Well, actually, don't worry. I will kind of like spoiler alert, like right now. Just like no, he doesn't say that it's not woke enough. Don't worry. He doesn't say that. He thinks it was perfectly woke as it was.
Oh dear, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, let's keep going. But also, like, he's going to go on a long tangent for a while about CinemaSins, so
Yeah,
to look forward.
Persnickety don't mention because they're too busy looking at the superficial. Right. Let's mention the CinemaSins thing here because I've just been having another argument about it on Twitter. And I hate arguing on Twitter.
Did he mention
Like,
CinemaSins?
I was saying that.
Yep.
Oh my god. I remember there was this one, I guess, leftist bread tuber that made like 5 fucking videos on why he hates like CinemaSins. He critiqued the CinemaSins video about like Mad Max Fury Road. He made a general video about CinemaSins. He made like like why CinemaSins is wrong about Empire Strikes Back. And then he made another video about why he hates CinemaSins. And I think he made one other video about another movie. It's like this. He has this like personal vendetta against CinemaSins.
I fully admit that I have a vendetta against Yez and IRL, School of Movies, Movie Bob, Patrick Willems, and Just Right.
I feel like I've seen some videos by Just Right, but most of those guys I'm not familiar with. However, I do remember where LD on stream was comparing the quotes from Movie Bob to the quotes of actual Nazis. And
identical.
I've only watched Movie Bob's stuff. Like everyone else on that list are like, I don't know any of you people.
Just wait. Everybody and their dog has covered Patrick Willems' Why the Last Jedi is great, including the bit where he says, the giant alien cow thing that Luke milks is one of my favorite additions to the whole series. And
no.
Please tell me that was a joke.
Please tell me that's not some kind of weird fetish.
That's what Appaben said on School of on EFAP when they covered Patrick Willems. So he says no, like he just says, like Patrick Willems says, and if you don't like the giant alien cow thing, no offense, but you have boring taste, and I don't want to be friends with you.
Oh no! Well, okay,
Why do they
he said you have boring taste. That means it could be a fetish.
Social justice, where everything's political and everything's a fetish.
Yeah.
It's weird, but we still have a while to go. But yeah, CinemaSins is like milk toast crap as opposed to like the steaming elephant bonk that is the that is most of the other people that love The Last Jedi.
Wait, I didn't know CinemaSins liked The Last Jedi. I know he kind of liked Captain Marvel. He wasn't like...
As far as I know, like, I don't know what he likes or dislikes since he has no barometer, as far as I can see. But, like, it's just, like, I said compared to the people that, like, I should have said, like, compared to the people that, like Movie Bob, Just Right, or, like, well, Yez and IRL is more like a Game of Thrones guy, and he's foul and obnoxious as a person. And very delusional. I don't know how much you like are intrigued by Game of Thrones, Chef, but we've done a lot of Game of Thrones behind the scenes coverage for this channel.
I do not watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, they did some real stupid stuff. Like they wanted to have 70 live horses charging in between charging around a battlefield with extras waving their swords around.
Full frontal feet, ambiguously brown nudity, a $10,000 stairwell that didn't do anything. Benioff was a very weird Santa letter.
Yes.
And I've been compiling it.
Yeah.
Santa's going to give him a bunch of how-to books.
And they thought that they could do train 70 live horses and shoot the full Battle of the Bastards in 12 days.
Okay, so
no.
So funny story. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, they could not train horses, and so you know what they did? They did the coconut thing, and that became like a running gag in the film. Like they, I don't know. Like you gotta know that this shit like takes like time and money, and like.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the coconuts works for like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but it might not work for Game of Thrones.
An Emmy. Yeah. Somebody say? I can. It was kind of a cacophony. Okay. Well, it's just like they thought they could do 12 days to train the horses and film the entire thing, even though the director was saying, no, this is going to take 42 days. Are you nuts?
Yeah, I think 12 days. That sounds like it. Like you would spend 12 days like shooting alone.
Yeah. There's some asinine stuff that happened.
Yeah, like
But-
I've actually been like I've actually made a movie once. Well, an unfinished movie, but like I know that like 12 days, like you would want 12 days just to shoot like a single scene, like.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's keep going, shall we? Let's try and power through the Cinema Sins thing as much as we can.
All right.
Necessarily today to Sharon, someone was lamenting the fact that you can't have a conversation anymore on Twitter at me because I
Because
didn't
of course you ever could.
because I didn't want to hear his itemized list of why this movie sucks. I'm not interested. I say I don't mind that you hate The Last Jedi or just don't like
Oh
The
my
Last Jedi. I
God.
just thought it was weak. I don't mind.
Like, you do realize that Cinema Sins' motto is "No movie is without sin." That even
Problem
if it's
is
like
they're
a,
super inaccurate. Problem is
yeah,
they're
even
super
if it's like a really good movie, like Return of the
Joker.
Jedi or like Empire Strikes Back or Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Joker.
he's still going to point out like all this shit. Now, what I think Cinema Sins has done wrong is that
He doesn't script his videos at all.
yeah,
He-
and the other thing I was gonna say, he took what used to be like a 3-minute video that was pretty funny, and like now he stretches his videos out to like 15 and 20 minutes. Like,
Which is an interminable length. It's just like, oh my gosh, quit it. And most of these are just terrible jokes.
I know,
15
like
minutes of
I think like
nitpicking.
so in the Everything Wrong with the Emoji Movie, I think there was like a handful of jokes that were like actually funny, and that's the Emoji Movie. Like, you should be able to make a 20-minute video about why the Emoji Movie sucks. Like,
Let's-
it's the goddamn motherfucking Emoji Movie, and it has that bullshit feminist like men are always taking credit for women's things or whatever. Like, you know, like it's that, or it's like the first set of them. Like, you know, like God, that movie was just awful and shit. And whose idea was that? They need to be fired.
Also, hi, Neph.
Hey guys.
Hey, it's Neph Champion.
Hello.
Hello,
there.
Neff.
Okay, what did
welcome.
I miss?
Nope.
Not much.
We were talking about why Cinema Sins is a steaming pile of shit.
Well,
Because he,
I already
yeah.
knew that.
yeah. And also, like, he just says, like, he basically just said, like, I had a conversation, an argument on Twitter that sucked about, and I just didn't want to hear this guy's itemized list of why The Last Jedi sucks, and then just blocked him out.
Wow.
Yeah, he lives in he wants to live in an exo chamber.
I mean,
So-
Twitter kind of is an echo chamber.
That's true.
And well, let's start on this and try and power through as much as we can. And
Yeah.
Right. It's neither hurting me nor of particular interest to me. For like, I don't need to be told it. It's like if you just come back from holiday and you're like, oh, I just went to Malaga. And then someone says, oh, let me tell you about Malaga, and gives you a 20-point list of everything that sucked about Malaga, and doesn't really care that you're just sitting there waiting. And you're like, at the end, I still enjoyed it a lot. But thank you for telling me why you hated it. But Twitter sucks for this because it's like trying to have a conversation with someone.
No. Back up. Twitter sucks. Full stop.
Yes, okay.
Oh yeah, Twitter
It's not-
again based.
yeah.
Yeah, like Twitter just sucks in general.
Why do you think
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter at all? This is why.
Because of these people.
Yeah.
I think it sucks because it lets us say things.
That comparison was so bad. He's like someone, tells you that your vacation sucked, but it's like you can't compare the physical experience of a vacation with like the intellectual decision to claim that like a film is well written. Like that's not. He's like, I don't care that you didn't like it. It's like, it's not that I didn't like it. It's that it's terrible.
It is objectively shit.
Yeah, it's like usually vacation spots are pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
It's not comparable. They're. I hate when people do this. They're like they compare, a film to like some other sort of form of like stimulation. It's like it's not. You can't do that. They are very different.
Chef,
It's a giant-
if that's the case, do not watch Innuendo Studios videos at all.
Oh no.
He basically makes all these like false equivalencies and all of these like he's like, oh, like he basically will say a conservative position and then he'll try to explain why it's fascist.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good lord.
That sounds like
Innuendo Studios is like the worst person imaginable.
It sounds like a reverse no BS or Republican.
I watch No BS.
Well, no, Knobs is hilarious. He's an idiot, but he's hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's funny. He's comedian. Like
when he like him and JXE had a debate. JXE like saved the audio and put it on his channel. It's just like, wow, this man is so dumb. This is one of the dumbest men alive. Like, at least like this guy has a thin veneer of intelligence. It's not very thick, but at least it's there. Knobs doesn't even put up the pretext.
Just the echo chamber. It's so dense. It's like he's like, oh, like so someone gives him reasons that The Last Jedi is like objectively bad, and he just plugs his ears. Like, if someone were to come to me, it was like, actually, The Empire Strikes Back is terrible. I'd be like, yeah, I would listen. Like, I want to. If I'm objectively wrong, I'd kind of like to know why.
Same for me with like Wheel of Time or Last Kingdom. I've had a couple people in the last few days like ask me, say like, "Nah, The Last Kingdom's crap," and I'm just like, "Okay, state your reasoning." And like, he couldn't really come up with like much of a good argument. He just like said the scenes are bad. It just isn't written well. And it's just like, you have not proven that. Please try again.
It's
okay.
Not written well? Wait, we're only half of the way through the first season, and all of us have gone, this is good.
Admittedly, this guy is kind of a proven contrarian on a Song of Ice and Fire Discord server, but it's just kind of like, okay, sure, you have not proven anything, so like, please explain your barometer, and he just doesn't explain it. Or like another guy talking about like why he didn't like Wheel of Time, and it's just like, I just had to ask on actually my Discord server in the Wheel of Time section. I just like, okay, state your reasoning. Some of the things he brought up were legitimate, but they're kind of minor problems, or little bits of like stuff that's like, it's okay. That's slightly subjective, but totally it's okay.
Okay, so that reminds me, like, I don't know. I met this person on Discord. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I met this person on Discord, and they were telling me that Doom 2016 was a shitty game because it had a bad story, and because it had like because it was quote repetitive. Hold on. Jack. Okay, sorry, but yeah, like I was saying, yeah, like this person was like saying like, oh, like Doom 2016 didn't have a good story. There weren't like 20 minutes of cutscenes, and like the gameplay was so repetitive, and like, and they couldn't explain why it was repetitive. They just said it was repetitive. And I think Agent Yokai Zero said this on a stream once. Like, it doesn't matter if you're wrong about the truth. What matters is that you're now closer than the truth. As you said, if you have 10% of the truth and I have 90% of the truth, then after the exchange, now we have 100% of the truth. Like, it shouldn't matter who's right, you know.
Yeah, it's not a competition as to who's bringing more truth to the table. What matters is that we get there. So people take arguments, they take their position so personally. They take it so personally that they think that when you're critiquing their argument, that means you're critiquing their identity. And especially when it comes to identity politics, quite literally, it perpetuates that. The narrative perpetuates that.
Exactly. Like,
so people are encouraged to be hurt upon being criticized, even if it's constructive. It's not efficient. When someone criticizes you or rejects you, it's meant to be useful so that we can improve. It's useful sociologically speaking, biologically speaking, because that's the whole reason our circadian rhythms are aligned. It's so that we could improve and adapt to our environments. And when you take it to a complex sociological state, well, it's the same idea, just a little bit more, a little bit less about survival and a little bit more about examining your day-to-day life and seeing how you can improve it.
Yep.
yeah.
Agreed. Let's keep going, shall we? We're 2 minutes in.
Let's go.
Why? Because it's like trying to have a conversation with someone and you're in the same room as them, but you're separated by a sheet of completely opaque material, so you can't see each other, but there's a small hatch where you can pass each other written notes, and you're having a lengthy argument with them, and you're busy writing the next 3 points you've got, and then a reply to your last point comes through, and you're like, no, I'm busy, I'll check that in a second, and you're too busy making your next point to really pay attention to the other person. You're not talking with them, you're talking at them. That's why Twitter sucks. And when you're fighting with them, you're fighting.
That's not why
Do
Twitter
you know what?
sucks.
Because everybody
I don't even think that makes sense. Like, you're not talking with them. Like, you're not agreeing with them. You're fighting with them. You're arguing with them. You're debating with them. Oh, it's so hard debating. I hate Twitter because I have to debate. Like, it's like, oh, they're hurting my feelings with their facts and their logic, and I'm crying. Like,
the biggest problem with Twitter is how it encourages impulsive language and sensational language.
yeah, because you have like this 200 character cap.
Yeah, so it encouraged you to
How can I
blunt,
be
too.
as much of a dick as possible in 200 characters?
Yeah, it's like how can I squeeze in the most toxic, controversial thing as possible?
Yeah, it's like,
Which
what was that? Magdalene DeSaggio said she wanted to bash normal people in the head with a baseball bat or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Twitter is I think of every tweet as someone's like the thought they had in their head, but the thoughts that normal people just keep to themselves and never speak of.
That's so I think that's a phenomenon with the internet in general.
Yeah.
That when you hide behind an avatar and your username, it's a lot easier to hold on, I'm getting a phone call.
Oh no, go for it.
It's like Twitter was a website designed by Vulcans and used by Borg. It was not meant to be evil. This is not what it was supposed to be. It was just a design oversight. It was meant to enable really quick communications that you could get across quick points to other people that you were friends with. It was never meant to be this giant pulpit.
That it became somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter is designed to hang out and chill and share stuff. You know what I mean? I guess it's not meant to you
It was about
maybe
friends groups, not
it was
political
nice.
parties.
It was nice when Tumblr existed, when there was a place where you could get on your soapbox and cry about pronouns or whatever nonsense. But now that like Tumblr's gone, now we have to share Twitter with the NPC weirdos.
Yeah, that's where
The
they
administrators
came from.
perpetuate it, though. The administrators perpetuate it.
Yeah, because they're like, oh well, like if you say it's okay to be white, that's racist. But when you say kill all whites, that's not racist.
It
Twitter
isn't
is
even that.
Tumblr, but faster.
It's that the administrators are people are finding that on this is occurring on Facebook as well, but they'll have a tendency to block and censor certain posts that align with right-wing ideology and promote posts that have left-wing ideology. So the algorithm makes left-wing stuff pop up more, it seems. So that there's either something with the algorithm where it has certain buzzwords, or it's that they're actively performing maintenance and there's some kind of invisible way of that they can make one post show more than another.
Essentially,
The
it's the
algorithms
Ministry
were
of
made
Truth.
by people. Biased people.
Yeah, so these social media platforms, well, you got to separate the administrators from the developers, right? But assuming, we gotta control our claims here, and
Yeah, but the developers get their marching orders from the admins.
Well, what's funny is the thing about the developers with Twitter, that was shady in itself. I'm pretty sure there was a documentary that revealed that there was actually a second developer, and that the developer's partner kind of took all the credit.
This whole rant about Twitter is just him trying to set up this giant straw man that everyone who hates The Last Jedi is like a driveling idiot.
Yeah, probably. Because he's going to say, oh, yeah, they're being impulsive because da 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 da.
It kind of reminds me of you, I don't know if anybody saw this, but there was this one episode of Teen Titans Go where they're like trying to get it, like where the characters of Teen Titan or the Teen Titan characters are trying to get the Thundercats roar changed to make it more like the original, and like it was so unsubtle about how all the people who signed this petition were all like disgusting neckbeards who like live in dumpsters. And
because
Yeah,
we have
and-
poop mouth with poop opinions.
yes,
Yeah, and the fact that they even drew Lino the way they used to do it for that specific episode, it shows that they have enough money to use the old art style. Why are you using the crappy Cal Arts amateur? It doesn't look professional. The Thundercats Roar just doesn't look professional.
because the original art style is too masculine, and you can't have like actual like manly men in cartoons anymore because that's oppressive.
The
to
old one
women.
doesn't make you want to kill yourself, so that means we need to change it.
Yes,
Thundercats Roar looks so bad compared to.
It looks disgusting. It looks
Yeah.
disgusting.
yeah. It's because it's designed to make you want to kill yourself, and that's the problem with the original art style is that it didn't want to make you kill yourself. Exactly what Yokai Zero says.
Yeah, it seems just a lot of progressive creators just want to like, oh, look at this graveyard full of everyone's childhoods. I'm going to open a discotheque on top of it.
Yeah.
Except a discotheque is not like disrespectful enough. It's a
It's a strip club.
yeah, no, it's like a gay strip club though.
There are a lot of women who like gay strip clubs, so it's just
fetish
just say
club. Fetish club. Then there we
Yeah,
go.
fetish club.
tacky fetish. Let's go with tacky fetish club.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's try and get through until like the 30-minute mark.
Okay.
And see what we can do. Since
I've noticed this. I'm Twitter's down for me at the moment. I'm having a break because it's been driving me crazy, and the essence of it just seems to be everybody is shouting into the void, desperately wanting somebody to hear them. But you can't reply to a tweet with the listening indicators. You can't just go, yeah,
Well,
I agree.
technically, liking
Nod.
is
Exactly,
doing that.
exactly. You're not saying anything. What people are
You're
looking
going,
for is likes and retweets, because that gives them affirmation that the things that they're saying
validate me.
make sense.
And I am
It's not-
totally a sucker for this. I am addicted to just being validated on Twitter. Oh, I got 6 retweets there.
But
Oh,
this
at
is not-
least
I'm-
he
I'm not
admits
saying
it.
here that validation is childish and pathetic, and people shouldn't be looking for it. Absolutely the opposite. People desperately need it, but Twitter is really not the place that you're going to get
It is a cruel, impersonal mistress.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was debating with someone about Cinema Sins because I was just like, okay, Cinema Sins fucking sucks. Again, it's damaging to an entire generation of young movie watchers.
Why?
Okay.
Because he
think
makes
I'd go
fun of
that
the movie
far.
you like.
It's just kind of
I
dumb.
don't like what I just don't like what they said about Joker.
At least he admits it. At least there's that.
Well, there's kind of the thing. Who anywhere treats CinemaSins as a like legitimate form of critique?
Yeah, like I said,
I
the whole
don't.
joke
Like
about
there
cinema
are
Nobody
like
at all.
parody alternatives to Cinema Sins, like Gaming Sins, Cinema Wins, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a
I
joke.
remember-
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I
remember-
watched that stuff just to go, okay, what do you think is wrong with this? And what do you think is wrong with this, so I can laugh at you because I know you're wrong?
Yeah, the whole joke about cinema sins is that no movie is without sin. And which means every movie, even Citizen Kane, we have to make fun of Citizen Kane.
And some of the what is it? Some of the so-called sins that he points out, they're hilarious. One, because they're nitpicks, and two, they might not even exist.
Yeah, or like when he says this scene does not contain an adamantine
Yeah,
shell.
like yeah,
Or it's like
like,
this
that's a
character's
joke.
eating an
Like,
apple. Let's make him look
he
more
says-
like an asshole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the eating an apple makes you like. But he says this scene could like he says that this scene does not contain a lap dance, even when it's like a kids movie, like where a lap dance should not be in a kids movie.
No,
Agreed, Blue.
really not.
Agreed, Blue.
What did Blue say? Not to mention
let
who
me-
legitimately considers Cinema Sins influential on culture as a whole. Wild stuff.
This guy actually, like, he's gonna bring up some really asinine stuff. Let's keep going.
All right.
A lot of them haven't seen anywhere near as many films as we have. A lot of them haven't been shaped in critical thinking by other better, like far infinitely better movie critics yet. Like if you were 8 years old, and go back to when you were 8. If Cinema Sins was the thing everyone was watching to do with movies, and you watched that, you'd think you knew about movies from watching Cinema Sins. You'd think it was funny. And so when people go, "Oh, I think it's
exactly.
just
You
a
would
laugh,
think it was
it's a joke,
funny.
It's just for lols." It's like you
Yeah,
may
it
think
is
it's funny,
just-
but it doesn't matter that you think it's funny. Some people are using it for guidance, going, "Oh, if Inside Out's that bad, I won't bother seeing it." No, it's fucking poison. It has poisoned the minds of too many people. They got 7 million subscribers and an average of 1 million views per video. That's influence. Far
Yeah,
too
but it
many.
means like 6/7 don't watch.
Yeah. Or they watch but don't bother to
Unsub.
no, they don't bother to comment or interact with the videos. They just watch them. I know that sometimes if I'm watching a playlist, that's what happens to me because I'm too busy watching or listening to the video to at least leave a like.
Mhm. Yeah, the main issue is like he's saying like here's the thing. Okay, so Mr. Shaw, I know you are never ever gonna watch this ever because you don't like me very much for personal reasons. But here's the thing: nobody thinks that CinemaSins is legitimate criticism. It's a laugh. Like maybe people will say 10 things about The Last Jedi that suck, but that's because it's an organized, itemized list. At least most of the people there think that think that like this is just an way of organizing it. It is not copying CinemaSins. Because CinemaSins is inaccurate. Most of the critique against The Last Jedi is accurate.
Yeah, and if you look at how long those people's videos are, like simply take Ben Shapiro for a moment. He takes a long time to talk about the few points that he chose to talk about on his show that one time. That's like 20 minutes, and his show's an hour long. So he didn't have a lot of time, but if he made a dedicated video to it, I bet it would be at least that long.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
and like I'm pretty sure Just Some Guy makes like, or Just Some Guy and Mauler make like 40-minute videos on Last Jedi.
Mahler's doing a critique of The Force Awakens, and his introduction even is like 30 minutes long, and then the part 1, part 2, and part 3 are like an hour and a half.
Hours.
Yeah. So
Come to think, like that's like longer than the actual runtime of the movie.
yeah.
I mean, did CinemaSins didn't invent lists? Big if true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to get out of here because I have to go
Let's
perform
continue,
some kind
shall
of
we?
horrible
He gets
dark
into more.
ritual.
We need
And I will
to.
see you later.
Okay, let's say first.
Well,
Got it. Catch you later.
yes, see you, Hex
I'm
Harper.
looking for CinemaSins to pass judgment on this film. But if everything's shit, then everything's shit.
And the emphasis on needing to be entertaining, and I'm doing that in air quotes because it's only entertaining to some people, obviously, but the need to be entertaining completely undermines anything else that you might be trying to do in terms of critique. I remember
no, it doesn't, because sometimes you're just trying to make people laugh.
It's not even real critique. He doesn't claim to be.
Yeah, he doesn't claim to be anything but a comedian.
Like,
He does state a lot of his like opinions in his reviews. Like I actually recommend Bob Video's Anti-CinemaSins video, even though it's recommended in this video because it's actually very well researched and well edited. And yes, CinemaSins is terrible and it's not active critique. And it is what he thinks, but this is what CinemaSins thinks, but he's not trying to be anything other than anything substantive. He's never made that spurious claim.
Yeah, if he was trying to be serious about it, he'd be going about his videos differently.
And here's the thing: you could be giving a critique and be entertaining at the same time. Has any of you guys seen The Axeman? Have you seen any?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, like, and he'll like he makes like a 40-minute video on, or makes like these videos on why Halo 5 is so bad or why COD World War II is so bad. And he's making jokes and he's being silly and he has the funny thumbnails with the frowny face emoji on the cover art. And so he's like, he does a good job of being entertaining while giving a structured and good critique. And I really like his videos because I think like he knows a lot about gaming. And I think one of my favorite videos is the one video where he talks about what every game needs and why he says that one thing that every game needs is challenge and difficulty. Because like well, other like because it is that challenge that makes like a gameplay like that makes a game fun and enjoyable. Like you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
if you get stuck on a game, if you get stuck on a level in a game and you finally beat it after a couple of hours of trying, you feel really good about yourself because you accomplished something.
Yeah, like in like you could tell your friends like, hey, I did this. Like
You know that
yeah,
level I've been stuck on for the last 3 weeks? I finally beat it.
yeah, and it causes you to like to think like and to make decisions. Like, and that's why I love the Halo games so much, is because like they're games built on making like like tens of hundreds of different like split second decisions in each 30-second encounter, and I like it's this like 30-second encounter challenge like that like makes Halo unique, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, let's keep going, shall we?
Agree. And I cited Empire magazine, and I lost marks for that. And my tutor told me that I should be citing
Sight and Sound.
Sight and Sound,
Yeah.
and
I was told
basically
the same thing.
magazines. If I was
Credited
going to
magazines,
use
yeah.
magazines, it should be of quality, not entertainment. Those people would eat their head if they could see what passes for critique out there at the moment.
Okay, but there's
No,
Watch
they'd be
Sustaining
spitting fire.
Stupidity, Why Cinema Thins is Terrible by Bob Vids. Bob Vids and Sean are the two channels you need to be looking for this.
If you've watched the film and everything wrong with video is about, the first thing you'll notice is that the series is almost entirely misinformation. From misinterpretations to factual errors to a fundamentally flawed understanding of writing and filmmaking, CinemaSins has mastered the art of being consistently wrong. This cruel joke of a bad joke of a criticism series nets CinemaSins around 1 million views per episode, which inevitably results in a lot of people taking their misinformation seriously and spreading it, regardless of its satirical value. Read a comment section for any CinemaSins video and you'll find people saying things like, I just watched It Film and thought this was great. Now let's watch CinemaSins to realize the shit I missed. And here I am. Thanks, dude. It's like watching the whole movie in 15 minutes. Thanks, CinemaSins. Never was going to see the movie. Keep up the kick-ass content. Wow, this is absolutely not what I thought the movie was going to be about. Trippy. Not one I'd watch. The implication with that last quote being that CinemaSins spoiled the entire movie for the person, which robbed it of a potential sale while misrepresenting it. So despite CinemaSins' insistence that they're not reviewers, a significant portion of their audience is using their Everything Wrong With series as review to inform themselves.
Well, congratulations,
about
the
quality of
internet
films.
is full of
By the way,
idiots.
all these comments.
Yeah.
Like, see, like
people
you
that
have
wanna
no
pay for
idea
crap
how many
movies.
times. Like, so again, another YouTuber you might or might not be familiar with, G-Man Lives. Like, he also does video game reviews, but he like whenever he does a mod review for Half-Life, he's like, spoiler warning, by the way. I don't feel like I need to say this because I'm talking about Half-Life, but you know, some people are gonna cry in the comment section that I spoil Half-Life. Like,
Yeah.
Let's see. Chari 5 is doing that with Nintendo games. And it's really, really funny. Especially his reviews on the Sonic games, where he just picks arbitrary things that are not actual problems.
Oh my god, I love the comment that just popped up. Why should you care if a movie doesn't get one sale? Yeah, poor billionaires don't make tens of dollars. Like that's what my dad always says when there's that anti-piracy. Like
also, it's like it's for Get Out, which they love, and a lot of like.
Oh God.
I don't have an opinion on Get Out. I've seen both sides of the coin, and it seems as though the people who don't like it have more accurate criticisms of why it doesn't make sense. But at least like the symbolism's nice, I guess. But let's keep going. We still got like.
Well, is Get Out the one with like the clones, and where like the plot twist is like?
No, that's Us.
Oh, okay.
Us. So Get Out is basically a body snatchers where a bunch of old white people get into the brains of black people that they have kidnapped and lobotomized.
Interesting.
It was
kind of-
mediocre. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was mediocre.
like,
But the leftists called it a, quote, cultural phenomenon, just because it was about a black guy.
like to me, like I can kind of see, like, you ever okay, you probably have seen like that kid at school, for those of you who go to school, who is like all gangster like, but like they're totally like
They're pathetic.
yeah, like they're totally like it's obvious that they like live like in a like a house where like their parents have like a lot of money. Yeah, they're trying to act like so gangster, and it's like
They're
come on.
they're ultimately giant. They're posers essentially.
Yeah, like
Let's continue.
Were taken from the Everything Wrong with video for Get Out, one of the best films to come out in the past few years. That feels pretty gross to me.
You know,
What I say? What I say?
Okay, I take it. Okay. I think this is actually much funnier than Cinema Sins. Like this unironic like conversation is way more funny than any Apple or lap dance jokes.
Yep.
lols and just for jokes. But then when he does his actual take on the movie, a lot of the points he conveys in the Cinema Sins are also in there. So which is it? Is it like, you know, Cinema Sins is all, you know, in character, everything wrong with is all just a character, it's all just satire, or is that actually what you think? And then when you look at how each one is constructed, he watches the movie for a few seconds, he pauses it, he makes a shitty little comment, quip, and then he moves on. And like, he's not observing what's going on around it. He's not referring back to something.
Hold on, isn't a part of the joke of Cinema Sins that he points out like continuity errors?
It used to be about pointing out like special effects failures and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah, like is it like that's the original joke if I remember correctly? Because I was like Cinema Sins I think was like the first YouTube channel I actually subscribed to, and I remember like the change in how Cinema Sins like structured his videos. Like, yeah, at first it was really just like special effects errors, like continuity errors, stuff like that.
Driven by nobody.
Then it was like continuity errors and like special effects errors combined with lap dance jokes and Apple jokes. Now it's like a bunch of unfunny jokes combined with the continuity errors and the lap dance jokes and Apple jokes, and like
I think the main problem, I think that like we agree with this man that Cinema Sins is terrible. We just disagree on his level of influence.
Yeah, like
if I'm gonna watch Cinema Sins, I'm gonna watch it because it's funny and because it's absurd, not because I think he's right about maybe anything.
Yeah, and like
if you want to watch
when I watch Cinema Sins, I want to hear guys say roll credits or whatever, like they say the title of the movie, like, and everybody's like, well, this is the credits movie that ever credits, like they say the title of the movie so many times, like
if I'm going to go for substantive critique, I'm going to go to Smudboy Mauler, Evan Monroe, guys like that.
Yeah, I think also Chris Stuckman. I have not seen his more recent videos, but Chris Stuckman's also pretty good.
He's bland. He's very bland. He also liked The Last Jedi like a lot.
Oh, I did not see Chris Stuckman's Last Jedi video. I just know that like I remember his like hilariosity videos.
Oh, those are good. Those are pretty good. Like those are actually where he has personality. But in like the where he just is reviewing like a current movie, it's like kind of bland unless it's really bad. Like
okay, yeah, I usually watch him for like the very bad videos where he reviews like the Emoji Movie and that shit. Like, but yeah, no, like I watch like Chris Stuckman for like the hilariosity reviews, the Emoji Movie reviews, like that shit. Like, in fact, I have not seen a Chris Stuckman video in forever.
Yeah, I like a few of them, but it's kind of when he's reviewing something bad. But his Last Jedi video is kind of disappointing. Also, his prequel videos are kind of littered with unfortunate factual errors, and they seem like they're copying Plinkett a little bit. Rather than like So, but
I
like,
do remember. What was it called? Nostalgia Critic. They liked The Last Jedi, and I was like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna watch
no,
Nostalgia
I
Critic
used
anymore.
I used to watch Nostalgia Critic because some of his stuff
And he also liked
I thought he had
Supergirl.
points on.
Yeah, no, like Nostalgia Critic is another guy that used to be funny, but like isn't funny anymore. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of his stuff, like, I don't really like his like main stuff. I like his like first viewing stuff. That's funny because it's like live, and he's like when they're watching Freddy Got Fingered and they're shocked when the Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Robin's telling you right now.
okay, I need to see
Robin's
that
way
movie
quicker on the
so
draw.
I can get the so I can get the context of that line.
Oh, we'll have to watch. It's just basically Hi Crow.
Hey, it's Dr.
Hey, Crow.
Crow. Good to see you.
I'm the Dark
Hey, Crow, how you
Lord
doing?
with no competition.
So
I'll call a politician. And I'm
So-
roboting. Fantastic. I tried to enter with song and my computer robot's on me. Fantastic. No.
you have a good beat.
You guys hear
You
me?
have a good voice. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll sing that.
yeah, Freddy Got Fingered. The context of Daddy, would you like some sausage? Is basically Tom Green is playing a keyboard piano with strings of sausage tied up to a contraption in the ceiling and a bunch of string. There's a bunch of sausages hung around, and he's got steak tied to his ears, and he's just while he's playing the piano, he's going, Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
It makes about as much sense in context.
It's still really funny, and I need to see this.
Oh, it's it's horrifying anti-comedy, but like it's horrifying in a way that's just like, how did any sane human being okay this?
Clearly,
Yeah.
whoever.
Hello, Gary
Oh, it's
Stu.
Gary Stu. What's up, Gary Stu?
Why
Gary
do
Stu,
you
how are
follow
you?
me?
Hello.
How you
We
doing,
got a
Gary?
big cast. We got a big cast tonight.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I thought there was a maximum of 6 people on.
No,
the
they
man.
upped it to 10.
10 now.
Made up to the 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Real quick, it's nice to meet you, Noble Commanders. I friended you on Discord.
Now we
at some
need,
point, and
now we
I've
need
never talked to you.
Shiny and LD here.
Let me see.
Chef, it's nice to meet
So-
you. I've been binge watching your whole channel all morning.
Really?
Yes.
What
I don't know
video-
if it was you or the other guy who's on your channel, but I really liked your Bindi and the Ink Machine review.
Yes, that was my.
Oh yeah, that was amazing
Yeah.
interview.
Oh, awesome! I'll have to.
Hello, Jeff.
tell him
I'm the all-powerful Gary Stu, also Discord manager for the literature level.
Howdy.
Yeah, we were me and Gary Stu on the Dr. Alpha Hider. We were having a nice conversation on Azurlane. Is that correct?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
just a bunch of yaboos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, totally subscribe to Chef F's channel, the Digital Saloon. The channel is in the description. Please sub to him. He's great. He's got some great stuff.
All right. I
I'll
will
be right
check
back.
that
I'm
out
gonna
then.
bring out the alcohol and liquor, so I'll be right back.
Oh, he's already drunk.
Not
Nah.
yet, not yet. I just putting it out of fridge.
Alrighty, let's keep go. Let's start.
I've been quiet because we haven't gotten on
what
Last
do you-
Jedi yet. So
Yeah, he's just been on a CinemaSins rant for the
Oh
past.
my god.
I
Yeah.
love cinnamon. What?
CinemaSins.
Oh, them.
I like,
Yeah.
he's like, I love cinnamon. It's like, oh, never mind. I would thought you were talking about something good.
Yeah.
I
Let's-
used to watch.
yeah, so it's
Cinnamon
basically
Sins,
like-
actually, because I
yeah,
thought it
same
was
here.
funny.
The
I
parody
think I'm
counts
still
always
subscribed.
better.
I just stopped getting notifications from CinemaSins.
Yeah, I think
It's kind of
everybody
some-
watched them at some point.
Yeah.
it's kind of it's kind of a comparison between something that's kind of everybody knows it's crap versus like a fake pseudo-intellectual thing that masquerades as something actually intelligent.
Yeah, it's like cinema.
And if you disapprove of me, just say that it's just satire.
Yeah, like CinemaSins is like he's like
everybody knows he's bad.
What he says is silly, but it's not like Innuendo Studios, like who's like actually
or like
wrong
Mahler.
he's saying this in a dead serious like manner.
And that's why I watch CinemaSins only through the Birdman. Everything wrong with CinemaSins.
Oh, the everything wrong with CinemaSins is funny because like they at least show some self-awareness. Like
they show self-awareness and actually do valid points.
Like it's like together that we have like a combined 30 years of movie watching experience. Yes, that's a sin. Like
welcome to the Last Jedi stream where we talk about CinemaSins.
This is a sin.
Instead of the Last Jedi.
Yeah, but it's kind of it informs on his horror. It informs on his opinion of the fans. Like he thinks that we are all CinemaSins, essentially. This is what he thinks of us, kind of.
I've been trying to get through Smudboy's playlist of his Everything Wrong in a couple of minutes of The Last Jedi. And it's much better done than anything CinemaSins ever.
Yeah.
Than CinemaSins, simply because, well, he's doing it for different reasons, and he's actually explaining why what he thinks is a problem is a problem. Whereas CinemaSins is just trying to be funny. And
so here we get to the argument. Do books matter? Oh, come on, nobody.
Oh,
nobody
sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear it.
Do books matter?
Oh, yes, boobs do matter.
How CinemaSins doesn't like books and doesn't know how to read.
Oh, books. Oh, I read a book.
Yeah, I thought I heard something else.
Yeah, I read notes. I read them once. I do that.
Yeah, I read a book once.
That's my joke. Stop it.
It had pictures in it.
Bro, we all saw the recording of you of you as a crow saying "fuck you" to random people.
You had it coming.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going, shall we? Sorry, Market 3D. We have a really big. We have I'm trying to say, please, no more guests. We're at the max limit. We're really going to struggle to get to an hour on this one.
It is basically if you guys have ever played like a tabletop game and you've played like combat with like more than 6 people.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep straight.
It's really slow and it takes you like an hour to get through one combat encounter.
Oh, so it's right.
We're only through.
Shiny has PTSD from yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss another episode of the?
Oh no, he was on this. He was on this.
He's on your stream. Okay.
Yeah. He was here.
He was Shiny was utterly broken yesterday.
Poor Shiny.
It was fun watching him break, actually, but
I mean he's a real trooper, but see what I did there? Even he has his limits.
Yeah.
Even though he's like an actual trooper.
If Shiny is streaming right now, should we go and review Shiny's stream?
Shiny's stream just went down.
What?
Oh shit.
Dang. Well, let's keep going.
All right, let's continue on with our stuff.
Yeah, let's continue with School of Movies Reviews CinemaSins.
You seeing in the moment immediately what doesn't make sense about the last 4 seconds you watched. And a lot of the time, it contradicts itself along the way. Flip-flopping between don't explain anything to me and I have no fucking idea what's going on. And when he finds out the answer to something he asked a lot earlier,
What?
Okay, so
It flip flops between don't explain anything to me and I am completely lost. Like,
those are not okay. So let's briefly dive into that, and then we keep going. So no, there are different contexts for that. It is sometimes a film is not explaining things well, and they just kind of leave it up to the audience's interpretation and don't give them information, or they explain things too much. Both are problems, and they can happen in the same movie.
Yeah, like how let's see. Yeah, let's use
like
well,
Benioff.
Yeah, Benioff. But I'm also thinking about how what was it? Oh, yeah. Of how the explanation of Anakin in episode 4 is not complete exactly when you take in what the prequels did with his character. He wasn't the chosen one in episode 4. He was just a really good pilot and one of the best Jedi that Obi-Wan had ever met. Whereas in the prequels, it's expanded to he's the one who's expected to balance the Force.
Yeah.
But would you really say that to the son of somebody who just destroyed the entire order and killed children? That look, your father was an amazing war hero. He murdered children. Would you really say that to somebody?
But that's that you remember, from Obi-Wan's point of view, that wasn't Anakin who killed children. That was Darth Vader. Like, once Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader, the man who was Anakin Skywalker was destroyed.
And Obi-Wan did explain that.
Yeah, he said so. Yeah, exactly. He said, "So what I told you was true from a certain point of view."
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It would have been true had Lucas thought of it.
Does that absolve Anakin? No, because he still has to die to get his redemption. But I do see where he's coming from with that.
So let's keep going, shall we? Let's hopefully get to The Last Jedi. I forgot how long this CinemaSins rant was.
He doesn't go back and correct it or reference the fact that it's now been answered. It's another sin being tagged up. It is an erosion of creative quality. It is staring at something and the whole world degrading into shit.
No, it's not.
CinemaSins is the worst thing to happen to movies.
This is how we become the society in idiocracy.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, it's a giant stretch. I love how we're like an hour in and we're only like 8 minutes in of this.
How long is this rant? Because I'm not here for the CinemaSins rant. I'm here for The Last Jedi.
Did he just say that CinemaSins is the worst thing to happen to movies?
What?
Pretty much, yeah.
And I think
he's the one who's defending TLJ.
Yeah. So you can see why I said
deception.
So Chef, you can see why I said you should cover this guy's channel. You would get infinite content out of this guy.
Oh my! I don't know if I can handle it.
Hold on. One thing. So if he's saying, like, I think I figured out what he's trying to say, because I think maybe he's not talking about the shit. Like, maybe he's referring to this as CinemaSins because he thinks when we say, "Oh, that would never happen in Star Wars," that doesn't make sense in continuity, because CinemaSins does critique continuity. That he thinks, movies are just about continuity and
So I'm kind of a bit of an Alex Shaw aficionado, where I've seen a lot of his content, including this multiple times. But basically what he wants to do with School of Movies is try and help people read films better.
He wants
he's doing a shit job at it.
Yeah, somebody should fire him.
Watching movies wrong.
You're fired.
He makes several. I think like he makes like at least like $15,000 a month on Patreon alone.
Oh no!
Oh no! Seriously?
Why
He's
has nobody
rolling with it.
canceled this motherfucker? Oh, there
Nope,
goes
we
Gary
lost
Stu.
Gary.
Oh, it seems as though Gary Stu has died.
Oh no!
Oh my
no,
God!
he's
What a
still
shame.
in the stream.
You bastards!
He
It's not like he's
left
trying to get
us
rid of
for
it.
AWOL
shiny.
to shiny. There's too much.
Left.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he just says that, like, I'm going AWOL to shiny. There's too many people. Yeah, they're. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me Patreon on School of Movies. School of Movies Patreon. Let's see. How much does this man make a month on Patreon?
Ooh. Hey, can you share the screen?
You know, there are a lot of people on the stream. I think I'll back out too, seeing how I was the last one
Yeah.
to get on.
Oh wow, $1,200. He makes $1,231 a month.
So actually, after Morning Nonsense today ended, me and Agent Yokai Zero were talking in StreamYards, and one of the things they were mentioning is that these people essentially like sell leftism and communism in a capitalist nature. Like,
It's like the second that now that capitalism has advanced my ambitions, now I'm gonna take down capitalism because I don't need it anymore.
exactly.
But that's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even know how self-aware of it they are. I imagine some are more premeditative than others.
Yeah, I can imagine somebody like Innuendo Studios is at least still somewhat more premeditated than somebody like Bosch, who just like spews like shit out his ass. Or I think that's his ass. That might be his mouth.
Yeah, that is a lot of wasted money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like capitalism is bad. Thank you to the $5 super chat.
Yeah, everyone makes that joke, especially on LitDev streams.
I know.
Yeah. Let's power through the CinemaSins rant.
All right. I'm still laughing about this.
System, which would probably get us there, but it's going too slow. This is going to get us there faster. Within 50 years, there won't be a person alive who knows how to write an original idea. Everyone will have all the experience.
Yeah, no, there are no original ideas, you idiot. Just new spins.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are no
Like
original
Game of-
ideas. There's just old ideas, but with a twist.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones is a more raunchy and messed up David Eddings book in a lot of ways.
Or Last Kingdom.
Last Kingdom is like a historical drama based on but it's not really like Game of Thrones. It's going off of the hype of it's going in the same genre as and playing to the same audience as Game of Thrones, but it's more a historical drama based on a series of books by a historical fiction writer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like all of these things kind of work together. Like Wheel of Time is kind of like Lord of the Rings in many ways. Like at least like the initial setup of the first book is kind of like Lord of the Rings in terms of farm boy leaves, stuff like that. Leaves his home, stuff like that.
I'm sorry, but when you said Wheel of Time, I just started that one joke from Red vs. Blue where Caboose is like, time is not made out of lines. It is made out of circles. That is why clocks are round.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Let's finish this thing off. Let's finish this off.
We are breeding out originality and creativity. And we're going to create a cultural dilution that we will not recover from. We won't.
Oh, yes,
Somewhere
because
right
social
now,
justice is
there's a
totally
kid
creative and
50,
original.
Sitting in high school.
Yeah,
He has
right.
ideas. He probably sketches them. In his notebook.
It's totally
By
not
the
at
time he comes
all
to
copying
age
the
where
same
he
stories,
can
but
be
just with a
creative for
whammon
living,
as a protagonist.
There's a 99% chance that it's going to be the soulless recreation of another generation's work. And
you mean like The Last Jedi?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the perfect description. Because it's like it's a bastardized Frankenstein's monster of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
It really is, though.
Does CinemaSins like TLJ?
I don't know. I don't think
I don't know either.
Maybe we should cover the CinemaSins TLJ.
I mean, surely he can't say a statement like that and then also at the same time like the new Star Wars films, right?
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I know he liked Force Awakens, but I'm not sure. I don't think he liked. I don't know what CinemaSins' opinion is most of the time.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because he's just an asshole.
But that's what makes it. That's what makes watching him fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
No movie was
we
without
don't
sin.
know, and his opinion doesn't matter because this is not his opinion on the movie. This is him going, okay, how much fun can I make of this movie?
It's like Beavis and Butthead just saying, this sucks, and change it, like...
He's just snarking at the movie, essentially.
Yeah, like Beavis and Butthead.
And he'd do the same thing for a movie that he likes for a movie that he doesn't like, which is great.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
That's tragic. Everyone with dollar signs in their eyes flashing over there.
Cash grabs don't have to be bad.
The general public is already kind of like idiocracy people. Bullshit. And
What?
we're losing our art.
The
truly
The general audience are like idiocracy people.
Oh,
I have not seen that movie.
No.
Basically, dumb hicks take over the world, and this average Joe is suddenly the most intelligent man on the planet because our society is degraded.
Good lord.
Wow, that actually sounds familiar, but maybe not general audiences. Maybe more somewhere in the political spectrum.
Yeah.
Yes, that does sound familiar.
Yeah, the crazies. Let's just call them the crazies. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Can't get funding. I'm not making this video for jokes. I'm not joking around. This is a serious cultural problem in America that we are dumbing down our entertainment. They just jam whatever they want down our throats and repeat it so many times that before you even have a chance to decide that we hate it, we're used to it and it's familiar.
Funny how that's what actual studios are doing nowadays.
Yep.
And it's
That's
not
what
cinema
we actually feel.
Yeah, it's not CinemaSins' fault. It's the audience's fault in many respects. Like they
And
said,
it's people like them, like these assholes.
General.
and these people.
Being a cash grab isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you do it properly. Sonic
Is a cash
with
grab.
Sonic the Hedgehog, it's a cash grab, but they're also trying to revive the franchise.
Yeah, and so one of the things that I like about Sonic, I've not seen the movie though, but one of the things I liked about that was the fact that everybody was making memes and goofing on the design because of how terrifying it was.
Yeah, it was nightmare
They
fuel.
actually changed it. They actually
Yes, they did. And I was not going to go see the movie originally, but I decided after they said, okay, we're going to fix this, and it didn't matter what Sonic ended up looking like. As soon as they said that, I said, yeah, I'm going to go see that movie again.
Yeah, and that's how you get, that's how you get customers, is by saying, oh, well, apparently our audience does not like that we're shoving women in Battlefield 5. Maybe we should, tone that down a little bit. Nah, you guys are just sexist, and if you guys don't like it, don't buy the game. Simple as that.
And guess what? Your sales are going to drop by at least half.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
like,
do that.
please buy our game. We didn't mean to call you sexist.
Except they did the...
And it's here's kind of the thing. These two hated Joker with a fiery passion. He put it as he watched 60 movies in last year, and he put Joker in bottom 5.
How?
I didn't watch Joker simply because that's not my kind of movie, and I'm not really invested in the DC. But
I didn't watch it because
Don't worry, it wasn't DC.
Well,
I didn't watch
yeah,
it because like
but-
I didn't think
DCEU.
I could convince my parents to go see it.
Yeah, it's not DCEU definitely, but it's definitely the best DC movie since The Dark Knight, and these two freaking hated it. Like they did a whole like hour long, like I think hour and a half long podcast about how much they hated it.
Oh God!
And like it's for really stupid reasons.
Yep.
Oh, that's the
There
other reason why I
is the
don't watch
downfall.
Joker is because it's kind of been spoiled for me already by everybody bashing it and.
Oh, I had it spoiled already before I watched it with a friend, and like I was shocked by most of the things that happened. And then a really awesome bit was like she nearly crawled out of her seat when a specific point in the film at the end happened. Just
Well, as I said, I'm not really a fan of DC, but I'm also not really a fan of the R rating. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't
Why do you
seen
not
it.
like R-rated movies?
Too much violence, too much wanton gore, and too much swearing.
The nice
Oh,
thing
but
about
those are the things that make movies good. Violence, swearing, and boobs are like the three things that make a movie good.
Well, I agree with you on the boobs, but if you're gonna swear in a movie, you gotta make it count. And too much swearing, it's excessive swearing that I don't like.
Okay, then don't watch Black Lagoon.
yeah. So let's. So in terms of in terms of gore, there are two gory moments in Joker, and that is it.
All right, then maybe I will go find it to take a look at.
Yeah, since I really want to cover his Joker take at some point because it's so awful.
Okay.
Well, we have to cover his Last Jedi take before we do that.
Yes, which is going to take a while.
It's not that I'm innocent. It's that I choose not to watch things that are excessively gory and that have excessive violence.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my preference.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm not like a fan either, but I don't like it. I don't hate it. I think it's just Like I can watch
I don't know.
something like
I guess for me, it's one of those things that's grown on me, particularly with video games.
Yeah.
Oh no, in video games it's fine.
Oh yes, especially Doom. Doom is just the best game ever.
I love how we're going on a lovely tangent about video games and Joker as opposed to listening to this idiot.
Yeah, I think we're just putting off the inevitable.
One of my favorite games that you can actually turn off the excessive blood spatter is Dragon Age, actually.
Mm.
And you can turn that on and off if you want to. And I just decided I was going to turn that off because I didn't like looking at the characters with blood on their faces.
Okay, so I've played I've played like Black Ops 2. There's a way like to censor out like I guess sensitive content in Black Ops 2, and it's like unplayable. Like I don't know, like a lot of like the like good story moments like are just kind of ruined because there's like all pixelated and like there's like none of the character models bleed, but there's like blood all over the map, and like there's this like crate that's like supposed to have a bunch of dead bodies in it, and then like when you play the actual mission, if it's censored, like all the bodies except one body is like there, and that's the body like he flips over, and it just makes no sense. Like,
the thing with Dragon Age is that the only thing that does when you check that option is that your characters don't have blood on them during when they talk. But none of the gory violence is censored. So they're still bleeding all over the place. You just don't have to look at them with blood on their faces.
Okay, but that actually would be really funny. It's just like a guy covered in blood. It's like, hey, I just killed a bunch of demons. Like, I'm just talking to some random townsfolk, like, all covered in blood after murdering some dragons and goblins and shit like that.
Yeah, it's a fun game. You would, Dragon Age is fun, no matter if you check that thing or not.
Oh yeah, I played a little bit of Mass Effect, and I really like Mass Effect, so I probably like Dragon Age.
You can find it on Steam, but you can't find either of any of the sequels.
I heard the sequels are crap, though.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yes, let's continue with the pain. Let's rip off this Band-Aid.
Let's get through CinemaSins.
Yeah, we have to. It's like a Band-Aid. Just gotta rip it off.
More discerning. It's not inspiring creativity. It's encouraging them to see the building blocks of fiction for their component parts and to hate that. And is encouraging deliberate
No, he's not. He's a joke show.
Shut
up.
Like,
you are ascribing too much.
You're describing yourself. Take a good look in the mirror before you say shit like that.
You are ascribing way too much influence.
Have your hands been burned by the sun yet? Because you're really reaching.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes you gotta find. I'd be really fascinated to see what he thinks of Mauler. He probably hates it.
Oh, yeah.
I know that Movie Bob frickin' hates EFAP. Movie Bob hates EFAP, and this guy is personal fun. And Movie Bob is personal buddies with this guy. Like, he's guested on his show frequently, and Alex Shaw shouts him out very often.
You know,
wow.
That actually reminds me. It would be really fun if we could get like some kind of like moderate left like wing YouTuber on like one of these streams, like on like EFAP or like your channel or like on Morning Nonsense or something like that.
Well, we've got Blue.
Oh, I didn't know Blue was a leftist.
Yeah, she's left leaning.
Oh,
yeah. Let's we're on a bit of a tangent. Let's keep focused.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's rip off this Band-Aid.
Since we still got an hour.
So if you're wondering why the internet is becoming an increasingly more hostile place.
So, an hour of this sitting. So we're at 31 minutes. So we have 2 hours left of this thing, and I'm going to cap out at 1 hour.
Okay.
Or like an hour and a half.
We haven't even gotten to the stuff yet.
Yeah. I know. We're still talking about CinemaSins.
Yeah.
Joker.
If he wanted to talk about CinemaSins, then he should have made it a completely different podcast.
I know.
He does this weird preamble all the time, like his "We need to talk about fandom" video.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, it's like, hey, fans, we need to talk.
Do we?
No,
well,
not really. But apparently these jackasses think they do.
And he even has christened us, like people who don't like The Last Jedi in general, as hate boys. Or like people as hate boys.
What?
And that's stupid.
Boys?
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Hate boys?
I wish I knew.
Just like think of fucking words like smuggler's dissonance.
Just wait. We will cover him. Like, I have some timestamps for his Lego Movie 2 and his We Need to Talk About Fandom thing.
Lego Movie 2, I don't know. Like, I was getting some woke vibes from that movie. I don't know.
Only vibes? Interesting.
I think it's fine.
Like,
they,
I don't know. I felt like it wasn't obvious. I felt like
they have like a weird, deep reading where Rex Dangervest is basically a Star Wars angry fan analog.
What?
Yeah, I felt like
wait. This is like Ryan Johnson
Oh no. So this is
with
not-
his one
I don't-
character that is supposed to be a representation of us.
I'm
And
not- yeah.
So yeah, like
Well,
the thing
not-
I did like about like the Lego Movie 2 was the ending of how the kids like were playing Legos together. The thing I didn't like was how they treated Rex Dangerfield as the bad guy.
Yeah, I think that like that. I don't know if like that is like the filmmakers themselves, but that was the reading of School of Movies. And since Lord and Miller, like they put the SJW droid in Solo, where it's like clearly they're making this person as obnoxious as possible to be funny. But then when they got kicked off, she got played more straight.
I would have loved to see Lord Miller's cut of the movie.
I would too. It would have been better because Ron Howard is kind of a workaday mech director.
Yeah,
The movie I
and
like.
it's like that character was meant to be taken as a joke.
And Kathleen,
And
and Kathleen Kennedy is like, we need to put more of this character, and I love her.
Yeah, this
You
is
know-
why you don't hire the coffee girl to be in charge of your franchise.
Yeah, this is why you don't do that.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, Neph. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just, oh god, I hate her. If she'd been a 3PO-esque character, it would have worked better.
Yeah, or
Because we don't see a lot of 3PO. 3PO's just in the background.
Yeah, he's just
But
a dumb robot that like
Yeah.
says things like, "Oh, the odds of us surviving are 3,701." Like,
Don't tell me the odds, 3PO.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, no, it's supposed to be funny. Like,
Yeah, and the whole thing with droid rights and taking off the restraining bolt, that's not how that works. If you take off the restraining bolt, the droids are not going to act any differently because they're computers. They may
Yeah.
develop a personality if they're not memory wiped for
I
a
might
long time, but that's not going to change the fact that they are programmed to do very specific things.
I might have to just retitle this the School of Movies Cinema Sins rant. Since it's just we've been here for nearly an hour and 40 minutes, and we've all
talking
got
about
through-
cinema sins.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but speaking of robots with personalities, that reminds me, like, of like, have you guys read the book, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No,
Yeah.
I've heard of
Oh
it.
my god, I love that book. But anyway, like, there's that one robot that's like super depressed and like suicidal and like is like hates everything, and there's the other robot that's like super cheerful and happy, and like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
I heard about
and
Yeah.
it's like the droid in Solo really needed someone to bounce off of, I think.
Not Lando, where it's
No, not
Oh,
Lando.
God,
She
like-
needed someone else.
yeah, like I did
Just-
not like the like implied
That's-
robot sex.
That's not what pansexual means, you fucking
Yes,
idiots.
pansexual obviously means that you have sex with robots and whatever the fuck you can find.
No, pansexual means that Lando should have been all over Han.
And all the
Or-
other like
yeah.
genders, like
Yeah,
I don't-
Han. He should. If Lando was actually pansexual, he should have been all over all of the characters, not
These guys
just
wanted-
Miss.
So the funny thing was they wanted Lando to be pansexual on screen when these guys covered Solo.
Oh God.
Yeah, figures.
Well-
yeah, like obviously having sex with robots is not woke enough. So I guess I
Well,
was half
you don't
right
have
about
to
they
have-
said it wasn't woke enough, but apparently I was wrong about which movie they said it about.
Well, and pansexual does not mean what they think it means. If you're pansexual, that means you find every single thing hot. So simply having him hang off of Han or one of the other people that he was hanging around with would have been fine.
They unironically loved the SJW droid.
No.
He said like it was the best part, and he even called it her delightful, and that when his daughter sees the movie, she's gonna love her and gonna be really mad when she dies.
Oh no!
Terrible.
No. His daughter is not. No, she's not gonna enjoy that droid.
Oh, she probably
His
did.
daughter is gonna lie.
She loved Rey. She thought Rey was awesome, but then
Good
she
God.
got turned off when she started going online and seeing that people were ripping into Rey as a terrible character, and she's like 8 or something, and he rants about it on his "We Need to Talk About Fandom" episode.
We need to talk. I still love that. It's like fandom. We need to talk. Sit down. Like it's just like.
Yep. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
So stupid.
Yep.
Bad teachers. And why would we rant about this now? Well,
exactly my question.
Oh, good lord.
Lost, because a hell of a lot of the criticism being leveled at The Last Jedi is not going for the actual structure of it, is not going for the actual weaknesses of the film.
Yes, we are. We are.
Fucking films. Like,
We're talking about the lore and the continuity and all of the important things, and you're just ignoring us.
yeah, you're just like my themes, bagel
My themes,
theory.
my themes. Haha.
Don't forget about bagel theory.
Yeah, bagel theory.
I'm gonna have to put timestamps to say, okay, this is when the Last Jedi video actually began.
Oh my!
Oh no! Yeah.
I know. And, like we're pretty much like 2 hours in. Basically, we could have been watching the entire stream in the time that we've taken to like get the through like what 30 minutes.
Yeah.
No, like 10 minutes.
Oh,
10 minutes? Oh
No.
my god!
Yeah.
It felt longer.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes. So we started at 21 minutes, and now we're at 32 minutes. This is why I wanted to cover this.
Like Jesus.
This is why
we started in like at the 21-minute mark. What were they talking before?
The video essay that we talked about yesterday that took 4 hours for us to cover.
Oh, so you started the first 20 that took you 4 hours to cover the first 21 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
You can see why I wanted to cover this man, because he has many very bad and inaccurate opinions.
Yeah, but he's leaving out the Rancor progressiveness. I wanted more Rancor progressiveness. Damn it.
Wait, is that something you said in the last episode or the last live stream?
Yes. Yes. It was, I think, in the very first couple of minutes. We just lost our shit over it because it was so funny.
I just love the fact that progressivism is being portrayed by a Rancor
that dies.
And that digests like people over the course of 1,000 years.
Exactly, yeah.
That's true.
Way more content. Yeah. Like, you can see why I wanted to cover this man, because he's just an infinite source of bad takes.
Yeah, but it's not really an infinite source of bad takes. It's the same bad take over and over and over again. I'm getting bored.
Yeah, and all of these...
Let's get to the bad stuff. This is
Don't disappoint me, Dunn.
Here to be very.
Have I ever disappointed you?
Not yet.
I mean, we're
Fifth
here
level.
like spending like an hour, 2 hours talking about this guy ranting about cinema sins.
Cinema sins. I've seen this and I don't like it. Outraged barbs at minutia. A couple of people have recommended Cinema Wins to me, and while I applaud the efforts to turn this table around and actually just spam a film with praise, it's still not massively conducive to critical thinking. A nice balance
That's
in between
because
actually caters to
it's
the exact.
oh my good lord. That's because they do it for the same reason that CinemaSins does it. They just chose to do it the opposite way.
At least he's honest. At least he can admit that.
Yeah.
Both are kind of meh. Both are bad.
No, Cinema Wins is like less fun because they're like just fanboying over Marvel movies. Like, oh, I love how this is so cool. This is so cool. Like, I don't give a shit. I want to see you guys be an asshole and be like those two guys from like the Muppets. Like, they're supposed to be the critics, you know?
Yeah. But it's still supposed to be funny. It's
Like,
not
oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be
Like in the CinemaSins, everything wrong with CinemaSins, they say we're not reviewers, we're assholes, and they specifically show those two characters from the Muppets, like to highlight that they're assholes and that like their opinions are not valid. They're just making jokes. Like
yeah.
Alrighty, let's try to get through at least like what his structural issues with the movie is, and then we'll probably call this stream a day, because otherwise we're going to be here for hours and hours.
We're going to be
just
here all
like
week.
yesterday. Yeah, we're probably gonna be here all week. So are we gonna continue this tomorrow, or are we gonna start on Tuesday again?
I don't know. I don't have any writing tutoring people sign up for tomorrow. I was thinking about also doing a Q&A where just people in the chat just like feel free to spam me questions.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at spamming things in the chat.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, I couldn't send super chats, but then I figured out how my debit card works. You know, I could send super chats.
Yeah, I can't do super chats yet. Hopefully, I will at some point. I need to get more subscribers.
Even then, I don't plan on sending too many super chats because I just graduated high school and I'm broke, so I don't have that much money.
Yeah, you're broke. It's fine. But yeah, how about if in the Discord, please, I'll put up a poll and just react with continue this or Q&A. Or somebody if somebody wants to do a tutoring thing, I'm down for that too. Whichever you choose. I'll just put up the poll. But yeah, let's continue, shall we?
Yeah.
Exact same audience. Honest trailers.
Mm-hmm.
One of the issues is that CinemaSins, the younger CinemaSins viewers, don't know what else is out there. Now I can point you towards 10 really great critics. But ultimately, if you want
like
just
I'm
that
gonna
satirical
agree
laugh,
with you on it.
unlike CinemaSins,
Okay, so honest trailers
clearly
again. Like, the honest trailer guys, like I thought they were funny until their Terminator Dark Fate video, which I thought, oh, it's gonna rip into the wokeness and be like, make fun of that. No, they were kind of just like, oh yeah, it's just with girls, and they didn't try to make that funny or anything.
Honestly, it's actually like I think that's slightly worse. I think that's like just like fine that he just says it's meh. Like I think that's a more like ringing like anti-endorsement of the movie. Just like it's meh.
Oh really?
I don't think I ever saw any of the trailers for it. I just saw still images and maybe a little bit of the trailer. And
I showed my dad.
Yeah, it's like
I showed my dad.
That's ew. That's gross. Why do
where
all
are
our
her
women?
Yeah,
where are her organs?
Yeah, specifically her external organs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think like in terms of like audiences will sometimes see a movie that is bad. They'll be like, "Oh, I gotta check if this is bad for myself." But if
Yeah,
it's
like
just meh, people will be less likely to see it and buy it.
yeah,
Like,
and at least with fun movies, they're gonna go back even if they're bad because they're fun to watch.
So yeah, I think it was Rebel Taxi. He says this in the context of cartoons though. However, he says a shitty cartoon is something you can laugh at. Was a boring cartoon has no entertainment value at all.
Yeah, it's not worth your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. And so yeah, mediocrity is worse than being absolutely fucking incompetent.
And while they can sometimes
Yeah.
be kind of shitty about it, they're pretty observant. The format requires them to have an overview of the movie rather than just what's happening in this individual second. They're not heckling. These are sly, sideways glances. But if you cruise through YouTube right now, you'll see legions of 20 Reasons Why The Last Jedi Sucks videos, which bear remarkable resemblance to Everything Wrong with The Last Jedi in 37 minutes. And they're all the same, missing the point, non-reasons. Now, some of these are coming from kids, and that's on the bad teachers. But bad teachers have been around for a long time.
What?
And
What?
overwhelming.
Why is he talking
No,
like
bad teachers are bad. You don't want
He's
bad
thinking-
teachers.
So he's thinking. So his thing is that CinemaSins is teaching that the reason why we're all inundated with surface level bad critiques is because of bad teachers. Like people saying.
No, that's
Wait,
not...
so by surface level critiques, he means like, does he mean like stuff like things that like critiquing like story structure rather than like, oh, this is so deep, oh, it's so stunning and brave, my themes, like,
Pretty much,
It's like-
yeah.
But that's not... Story structure is not surface level critique.
yeah, I'd say it's more in depth than critiquing themes because like themes are
It's
ultimately up to interpretation and they're just a bunch of subjective mushy crap. Well,
Yeah,
whereas like
it's-
story structure
Is
is
pretty-
something that even like everybody can understand. Story
Yeah,
structure.
pretty
and
straightforward.
it's like take the Holdo maneuver. That shot is probably one of the prettiest shots I've ever seen in
It is beautiful.
any kind of movie. But at
It's
the
so
same
utterly
time,
stupid.
it's
It is
utterly. It not only is it utterly stupid, but it completely breaks the lore
and breaks
and
the
the
plot.
plot.
It basically destroys any chance of space battles, and that's why they had to lampshade it in Rise of Skywalker and say that was 1 in a million.
And then
And yet that didn't work because it happened anyway. Again.
So there are now 2 readings of that scene based on that line. Either Holdo is a hypocrite and bet the resistance on bad odds, or she was a coward trying to run away.
Yeah.
And I choose the latter because it's hilarious, more fun.
No, I think you're right. I think she was trying to run away.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Or no, she's like, it's even more petty. She's like, if I'm going down, you're coming with me.
Mhm.
And worse, she takes Leia's ship with her.
Yep.
Because that was Leia's ship, not hers.
Yep.
She didn't even have the decency to do it with her own ship.
Yeah, because she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Who've been here
She's
since
Commander
the beginning.
Karen.
I was there on opening night in 1977. Sure you were. This is a travesty of Star Wars. Yep. This is millennial Star Wars. Time.
A millennial Star Wars. It kind of is.
That's
This is
so
millennial.
on the nose.
Well,
It's
like,
so
so, yeah,
on the nose. It's
his response
funny.
is really his response is pretty bad. So up to this point, he said like time moves in linear fashion.
The film. This makes the Star
Time moves in a linear fashion. It's one of the themes of the film.
Wars Holiday Special look like
Lord.
Shakespeare. Okay, now you're just insane. That's not me saying that any criticism of The Last Jedi should be immediately discounted. And we'll now
Yes,
move
you
on to the
are.
things
That's
that actually
exactly
are
what
a
you're
bit
saying.
weaker.
Yeah,
You turned off your comments, dude. You turned off
You don't want course. And
Yes.
your video was being ratioed so badly that's why you turned the like to dislike ratio off, I bet.
Oh no.
Yep. You turned. Yeah. You. Yep. And there were people in the comments who were just. It was either saying, "Ooh, short things of this is good," and then long comments of nice video, I guess, but you're not quite correct on these things.
And then listing what he's not correct on. And probably saying why.
Yeah. Including, I think I left a long comment where I was just like, why? And I included in it, I feel so bad for Mark Hamill. He hated this movie. Like a lot.
Yeah, it's bad when the actors themselves hate the movie.
Like they said, I fundamentally disagree with everything your concept of this character.
Because it's not the character. And Mark Hamill would know. Because Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker.
And he's like, he just sounds so depressed.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, what did I miss?
Oh, just some takes from, like, this is millennial Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, this makes the holiday special look like Shakespeare.
It does!
Yeah, no, The Last Jedi does make the holiday special look like Shakespeare.
And the holiday special
it's funnier. The holiday special is funnier.
Yeah, at least the holiday special has ironic entertainment value.
Yeah,
Like,
and the robot chicken stuff, too.
Like the Wookiee, like when the Wookiee is like frantically masturbating.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, if you really want to watch, like, see, like, especially like the YouTubers like ripping into that movie, like, I think it's like Voxus Productions, like the guy like that does the little puppet, like he like that is like so hilarious, like his takes on that movie.
Yep.
Again, like actual reviews, but like they're like are structured like reviews, but are meant to be entertaining and are meant to be fun to watch.
Go for it, guys.
Thank you like it's like it's not like we're making a serious
Canto Bite
review.
is a bit of a problem, but a lot of the things that don't necessarily work structurally in this film are so weighted in terms of reinforcing the theme that I don't mind it nearly as much. Like the whole issue with
insane? That scene was boring as all. Oh my god!
Reinforcing the theme. I knew it. It's all about my themes.
Yeah, the themes.
And it really just jumps on the nuts that people work hard on their themes.
You know, like it's like the claw.
Yeah, it's like, so you don't mind that he left in 30 minutes of basically nothing when you could have had.
It just feels like 30. It was only like 10 or 15, but it feels longer because of how boring and utterly banal it is.
So you would rather have 10 minutes where basically nothing happens, and yet you like the fact that Luke was not allowed to grieve for Han unseen? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Multiple things.
Like,
but this is just the tip of the iceberg.
This kind of reminds me of like the director in the Jedi, where it's like this like psychopath like is like talking like about murdering Star Wars. Like that's kind of what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, did I tell you like it would get worse?
You did.
Did you say that? I don't know. I feel like
I told you. Well, I told the stream, and Drake said, "Don't disappoint me, Dunn." And I'm like.
I don't know. I am very disappointed. This isn't rancor of progressivism. This is just the same stupid BS over and over and over again.
I'm really disappointed that I missed the rancor of progressivism. Again, a rancor.
That was so funny. We were in stitches like for several minutes.
By basically doing the whole parallel narrative with the fleet, it robs the fleet of a little bit of the tension because you're jumping back and forth between Finn and Rose, who seem to have a lot more
What
time.
tension was there to begin with?
It's a slow motion car chase.
Yeah, there was no tension. There was no tension at all. If you're gonna do a chase, then it's gotta be fast, and it can't be the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, I know. It's like the entire movie is just like, oh, we're running away in space, but we're doing it really slowly.
We can't even get through a few seconds.
I know.
That's
It's like
no. That's not how momentum in space works.
Yeah, imagine if like the whole scene of like the beginning of like A New Hope or like was like drawn out for the entire runtime of the film.
That would be boring. That's exactly what Rian Johnson did. Basically.
Nice job, genius. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, nice job.
Fuel, and they're forced to introduce a lot of things on Canto Bight in order to make it work at all. And then there's a CGI creature chase sequence, which is kind of hard to really ground in terms of stakes in a film that in the first 10 minutes gives you very human and
that
immediate
means it
serious
doesn't
stakes to work with.
belong.
So like, if there's going to be a weak point to the film, I think that's the easiest one to point to. But again,
Thank you, Ken.
because of what it accomplishes, like you can draw a straight line from Canto Bight to why the last shot works so well.
No!
It doesn't.
How?
How? How can
What
you
the
do that? How? How?
Wait, maybe let him speak. Let us hear what stupid shit comes out of his ass.
Okay, I might be the lone one. I never had a problem with any of the Canto Bight stuff. It informs a lot of Finn, who
of course
we still have to remember is very wide-eyed and is probably the most innocent character out of everybody because he has no concept of...
Did he say Rose?
I don't know.
They like Rose. Just wait.
Oh no! Wait, wait, hold on. We actually made it into the critique of The Last Jedi.
Yeah, we did somehow, and it's only 2 hours.
Oh, we actually made it. This is a critique of The Last. I'm sorry. I can't believe. I just now realized that it's just now registered that hey, we're talking about The Last Jedi.
Finally,
about fucking cinema sins.
Yeah, I am going to timestamp it. I think it was like 1 hour 43 minutes that we finally got into The Last Jedi.
I feel like it was sooner than that. I feel like it was like 1 hour and 52 or something like that. It's like my
Yeah, probably. I'll have to rewatch and timestamp and say, hey, just a disclaimer. First 2 hours is a stupid CinemaSins rant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like roll credits.
Real world, that's most real universe. You know what I mean? He's only known the First Order in that particular way of life, so he's having his eyes open. It also shows that it adds to widening the way the universe works with the mega rich and how obviously they get their profits.
Oh yes, because capitalism is bad. Okay.
Yeah, capitalism bad. Thanks for the $20.
Yeah,
$20 super chat.
Oh yeah, and thank you to my wonderful patrons on Patreon, where you can donate money to me for content
of your own free will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, capitalism is bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, he admits to being a socialist who enjoys the perks of capitalism.
So a capitalist.
Yeah, sounds like it. Like,
so
not even his character. It's just like
as a person.
His performance. I didn't get his performance at all. It's like, what are you going for here?
So for context, they said they didn't like Benicio del Toro.
I think for
the new
me,
Jack Sparrow.
I think for me, the whole Canto Bight section, because again, I had very little issue with it as I was watching it. That it's probably the only part of the film that my mind drifted a little bit. Most of it, I was totally engaged, even though
my
I was
mind drifted a little bit
really
because I was bored watching it.
And I wouldn't know because I've never seen the movie, so yay.
You've never seen The Last Jedi?
No. I decided after The Force Awakens that I was going to wait for Geeks and Gamers and all of them to come out with their movie reviews for The Last Jedi before deciding to go see The Last Jedi myself. Thank God I did that.
Yep.
Because the movie is shit.
I know.
I don't have to waste money on it.
I stupidly did not watch any reviews because I was thinking, oh well, I don't want to be influenced by like whatever video, like, you know what I mean. I want to be able to see it with my own eyes, and I was like, what the actual fuck did I just see?
Well, that was my reaction when walking out of the movie theater for TFA. So, which is why I decided, okay, I'm going to wait to see someone's reviews.
Yeah.
And then the leaks came out.
The canary's down the well.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw The Force Awakens, I was like, okay.
It's meh.
Yeah.
It exists.
Again, worse than bad.
Yeah. At least bad has some entertainment value.
Yeah, at least the prequels are fun to watch. Like,
need to engage with cinema when I'm surrounded by people. That's why I actually don't like going to the theatre to see films that much, unless it's something really, really big that I can totally fixate on, and everybody around me is totally fixating on it as well. Otherwise, I find it very difficult to have a genuine emotional reaction when there are other people around.
Oh my god!
Oh god!
That is actually that's funny because I had an ex-girlfriend who's like thought the exact same way.
I imagine that's why she's an ex.
Yeah, she is my ex because she's a bitch.
Yes, these people don't people very well.
Yeah, they don't human very well.
Neither do I, but I keep it to myself.
Yeah, like, I'm a terrible human being, but I mean, at least I'm charming about it. That's where you are just like horrible and evil.
Well, Nick Brown, I've already watched a movie that I didn't want to watch simply because I could be around people that I enjoy being with. So that's not gonna be too hard for me, especially if the people that I'm watching it with also hate the movie, so that we can go, oh my god, that's so damn stupid. And I'll tell you which movie it was that I decided I was never going to pay for, and that was Disney's new Dumbo.
Oh, Dumbo! I knew that was.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be bad the second I saw Aaron Kruger.
It was. It's worse than you think.
I saw that Jungle Book remake.
That one's fine. That was fine, I guess.
I don't know. I
really
did not like it.
Dumbo was really horrible because they took the focus off of Dumbo himself and put it on the new human characters that they decided to shove in instead of all the animals.
Yeah, just because she's Candy Newton's daughter.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care about any of these characters. Why?
Yeah, it's like the Transformers movies. Like, I don't give a shit about these boring humans. I want to see robots smash each other in the face.
Yeah, but at least with Transformers,
let me retract that statement. I want to see robots smash each other in the face, and I want it to be good.
Yeah.
So what do you think so far, Chef?
This podcast is terrible.
Were you expecting it to be this bad?
I wasn't expecting it to be this boring. Like, he hasn't even said anything of substance yet.
Yeah. At least we're having relatively intelligent conversation about story structure. But yeah, he hasn't gotten into the bad stuff because they're just backhandedly complimenting the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so stunning and brave.
Yeah.
It's just so pretentious.
Let's try and power through to the bad stuff.
Greater than the sum of its parts.
Bad stuff. I think we're already at the bad
there
stuff.
Are facets of it that I thought were not great. there were
Greater
facets
sum of
it
its
I
parts?
thought
Are you
genuinely
even talking about the same thing? Are they still talking about Canto Bight?
Well, yeah, and possibly the movie in general, but I think I think both are a hard no.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys, no.
It's like the worst part of that
Benicio del
film.
Toro's
Yeah.
character. I
No,
wasn't
wait, I
enjoying
take
the
it
way he
back.
Played it.
Green alien tits was
Yeah,
the
that's
worst
the
part of that film.
Yeah.
You mean
Oh,
the
didn't
green
they say they
milk?
liked that part in this video?
Oh, good lord! I bet they do.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Yeah. There was actually
Popeye there.
there was a brief moment when he first turned up that I thought it was Andy Serkis, and this was when he was lying down on the
Secret twin
bench
brother of Snoke.
because Benicio del Toro is a lot taller than Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
So as soon as he stood up, I realised it couldn't possibly be him. But then I was thinking later, actually, it would have been so much better if it had been Andy
Yeah.
Serkis.
It would, yes.
I got this feeling it was like, oh, Benicio del Toro. Oh, he's doing a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
there were
that's the
some
thing about Star
random
Wars
bits
that, like,
of slapstick and
think
misdirect in the casino.
Also, that's one of the things about Star Wars is that you shouldn't have like popular celebrities playing characters in Star Wars.
No, not unless you know they're
you have to play
the
a
people
character.
that played them first. So
Yeah, no, like
a
generally, like that's the thing about like George Lucas is that he picks like people, like people that have been relatively unheard of. Like basically,
I think the biggest name was Samuel L.
Harrison
Jackson,
Ford.
Christopher Lee.
Okay,
Harrison
Samuel
Ford,
Jackson.
Christopher Lee, and Harrison Ford were
Yeah,
the
Samuel
big,
Jackson
big
I think,
names.
is the exception.
Same
Like
with Peter
Samuel
Cushing.
Jackson, like
Yeah.
you could put Samuel Jackson in literally anything.
And he just makes it better.
Sam Jackson's gonna be in a Saw movie.
And also Peter Cushing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I'm tired of these
Oh, yeah, Peter
motherfucking things.
If I wasn't so in line with the Force, I'd smack
If I wasn't so in line with the Force, I'd get up and smack the shit out of you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's-
At least with Artemis Fowl, we can probably be sure that it's not going to be as bad as Last Jedi.
Oh, no,
yeah.
it's worse. It's
Oh.
worse.
Is
would-
that
I would-
possible?
I would
No. By my calculations, the odds of it being worse are 370.
I honestly was like, it's one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life.
No, I know it's bad because they mess up a lot of stuff, but there's
It's stupid
no
as a movie.
possible. There's
It's stupid
no
as a movie too. It's
but if it's
structurally more.
stupid, at least you can laugh at it. Last Jedi, you can't laugh at.
Hey, wait, is Agent Yokai Zero still alive?
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
still here.
Yokai.
Okay, I was just poking, like, see.
Let's.
No, it's like we're just like poking a dead corpse, and like, there's like flies
try it.
buzzing around. Like, yeah,
Let's
like,
try it. Let's try to power through, people. We can do this. We're stronger
Yeah,
than this video.
let's try.
We're stronger than this podcast.
Itself, and sort of little visual jokes that I found more distracting than clever and
visual
quirky.
joke.
The bit
Not
where the
just
little guy kept putting coins into BB-8.
That does get paid off
It does
in
get
an annoying
paid off.
kind of
It
way.
does
Yeah.
get paid off, but I just felt like it went on for a little bit too long,
Yeah.
and
why?
It
Why?
just something about
Oh my god, that it doesn't make any sense. Why would that alien think that BB-8 is a slot machine?
Because
It doesn't
there are
look like a
little.
slot machine.
Because there are BB-8 units with slots
Why can BB-8 take coins?
around.
Yeah, I
Well,
think he was
there are-
drunk too.
He was drunk, and there are BB units going around the thing that accept tokens. So that's not totally bad.
well, so
like-
my bigger question is, why are they using coins?
also,
in
how
Star
does the
Wars?
coin knock out a dude?
Yeah, it's
Like, wouldn't like Star Wars have like digital currency or
yeah,
like,
their credits is what it's supposed to be
Like
called.
Altered Carbon got this right, where just a person puts their fingerprint on something and it pays for
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I would expect something more like that to happen. Or, the money to be completely digitized.
It just didn't quite sit right. However, like you say, the sum of everything that happened in there and the tone of it and the themes, and especially Rose's connection with what's going on in that whole area makes it worth it. I'm willing to take those weaker elements for the sake of what
the entire scene is weak.
The entire movie.
There are no themes. Unless the themes are capitalism is bad. Okay.
Capitalism
and also
bad.
your heroes suck. Doesn't he look like a pillock? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry, Chef, what did you say? You had something to say.
Oh, just saying, capitalism is bad, lol.
Yeah.
And failure is the best teacher. Oh my god, why? Just why?
I mean, so on its own, that isn't a bad message. But why did you have to fuck that up?
It should be so easy to get that right.
Right,
and yet Brian Johnson didn't.
You don't. They don't like. Poe doesn't.
The best way of
Poe doesn't fail at all in the film. At all.
You can have a theme that doesn't destroy the plot.
What they could have done is have Rey fail.
Yeah, Rey failing would have been better.
No, it's physically impossible.
Oh, that's a good point. Rey is so powerful.
Rey's a whammon.
Yeah, Rey can't Rey. It basically has weighted die. It is always rolling nat 20s because of a weighted die.
Yeah, it's like Rey fails. She got captured, and what were the consequences of that capture? Snoke got cut in half. Seriously?
She got all of her force training mentally. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
With Cantobite, what got me through it was how it was set up. Rose saying, it's a terrible place with the worst people in the universe. And Debbie leaned over even.
Exactly what I thought.
Exactly, yeah. And they set that up on purpose, and then you get there, and it is a hive of scum and villainy, but it's not the one that you expect. These are, in fact, terrible people who have done terrible things.
No. These people are businessmen. These people are
these guys are just
businessmen
rich
making
assholes.
business decisions.
They're not scum or villainy.
You want a hive of scum and villainy, you go to Tatooine cantinas.
Yeah, you go to Mos Eisley. Or you go to Ryanapur if you're watching Black Lagoon.
Or our Jabba's palace.
Exactly.
Yeah, or any number of underground locations that we might not know of.
From Batman.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to wake Yokai.
You don't.
We sold to both.
But you don't. But a rich planet that has tons and tons of businessmen, that's not a hive of scum and villainy. I'm sorry.
That's just a vacation destination. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just am apathetic towards Cantobite because it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's a 10-minute waste of time.
Also, I like it how the guys were selling weapons to both sides, yet both sides still use TIE fighters and X-Wings. They don't use the same technology.
Where is the evolution of technology in the last 30-odd years? Where is it?
Yeah. At least
why are you still using the same fucking TIE fighters and the same fucking Stormtrooper armor and the same
because the only thing that's changed is the stupid helmet, and the helmet looks
meh.
The helmet is meh.
Kind of think of it. So you're a First Order guy. You're going to Cantobite or to people who go to Cantobite to buy your weapons from them. Do you not know that by giving them money, you are enabling them to empower the people who are fighting you? This isn't like a neutrality thing. Would anybody do this?
I don't know, but
They would like destroy Canto Bite out of spite. They'd buy all their stuff and then nuke them.
yeah. And Akos says Nalhutta and Narshada are also hives of scum and villainy. They
That
could
actually
have used
murders
those. They could have gone to Nalhutta or Narshada instead of creating a new place where the rich go
That was
to
such
spend money.
That was such a waste of money too. Like Canto Bite is such a waste of money. Like just on a production scale, you could have had
It's
that.
like, is it on Benioff's? The
There
It's
are.
so ironic that
They are
scene designed to tell the audience to explain to the audience why capitalism is bad is the most expensive scene.
So the thing, so I honestly think there are some similar facets between Benioff and Rian Johnson. Both wanted to subvert expectations.
Who's
Both
Benioff again?
wasted the showrunner of Game of Thrones.
Oh, that bastard!
Yeah.
Don't give a shit about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but there are like both wasted a tremendous amount of money on their production. Though Rian Johnson, like originally, The Last Jedi was like 5 hours long, and he had to cut it down, and they filmed
a 5-hour-long movie. Good
hours.
lord! How? Thank God, someone went in and said,
okay.
"No, this is not serviceable." How much worse would this stuff have
and they
been?
filmed 5 hours of it. It wasn't just that the script in its like raw form was going to be 5 hours. It's that they filmed 5 hours of footage.
Why though?
Because Rian Johnson is kind of stupid.
And he's a pretentious asshole.
He is not as stupid as he is not as bad as David Benioff because he has some measure of writing credentials, but that only puts him slightly above him.
Yeah, like I don't know. Looper at least had a kind of interesting premise. I mean, that was still kind of a meh movie.
Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's how about in order to try and speed things up, let's try and get through 2 minutes, and then we'll discuss that 2 minutes, then just 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 2 minutes. See how
okay.
Okay.
And we'll try and cap out at like 3 hours because I want to make this a little bit shorter.
Okay.
A little bit shorter. We're just cutting off 1 hour. It's still 3/4 of the length.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it took us 2 hours to get through
And make money on the
stupid
pain and suffering
rant.
of others.
Absolutely.
Even
They
billionaires.
don't make money off of the pain and suffering of others. They just sell money. They just sell
They sell
weapons.
guns and spaceships. Damn it! We already broke our 2 hour.
Mouse has done war crimes.
Yeah, absolutely. But although that was kind of when Finn's walking around with his mouth open, going, "Oh my God, everyone's so beautiful, everything looks so amazing." I'm sat there going, "Are you crazy? These people are responsible for millions of deaths, obviously."
Yeah,
What?
that's the thing about Finn. And
How did you fucking know that?
How did if I was in Canto Bite, I'd be looking around going, "This place looks really nice too."
And
But
they
no one
The translator was there. The entire point of going to Canto Bite was to retrieve this one asshole who could apparently get them through a blockade, and this guy wasn't Canto Bite. Presumably, he is also one of those assholes.
Yeah.
And also, here's the thing: they get like their plan is messed up and derailed because they park in the wrong spot. They're arrested for illegal parking. That is so stupid.
It's like, why? Why did
Why
Rian
are
Johnson learn to fucking write?
Why are our characters idiots?
Why are they idiots? Why did you want them to not get the person that they were
Hold on.
there for? Because
Rian Johnson, learn how to human first.
yeah, learn
Oh,
how to
learn.
human,
And
then
the worst-
learn how to.
And the worst part, it's the two people of color in the film are the most stupid characters.
They're tokenism. That's what they are.
Yes, because Asians and blacks. Apparently, we can't have Asians and blacks in a movie unless they're stupid.
But that doesn't make any sense because Asians are like the hardest working people
Yeah,
on the
like,
entire
the
fucking planet.
like the stereotype of like Japanese and like Chinese people is that they like especially like Japanese is that they literally
themselves
work themselves to death. Like, exactly. Like I think Japan even has a word
I just
for
realized
that phenomenon.
So actually, I just realized something. I just looked something up. So Benicio del Toro is from Puerto Rican, so he's Hispanic. So it's kind of the trifecta of like minorities are in the worst subplot of the movie.
You want diversity, and yet you give the most diverse characters. You have the least interesting of the
Yeah, and you give the role to the generic white woman. This fucking like Jedi Master Karen, except a little young.
I'm never ever going to watch Knives Out.
I
Me
have
neither.
watched it, and
Fuck
I
that
enjoyed
movie.
it, but there's some problems. And the
My
kind of
family was watching it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" There's a scene where they're smoking. I haven't seen a movie where people smoke in years.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's try and get to 44 minutes.
44 minutes. Oh god.
Simply why actually the Finn Rose combination is my favorite is he is again he's that innocent character who knows no difference.
Yeah.
Again, I think that's why the pairing of Rose and Finn for this particular section works so well. It's because Rose knows the truth and she points it out to it, and you sort of see you see that realization in Finn drop, and I like that there's a Finn gets a lot more
It doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because she's just as stupid as he is.
She's a bitch.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, she's crazy. Like, she is established right off the bat as crazy.
You're not just like a little crazy, like totally batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she makes the Joker look sane.
She's not even like acute crazy. Like, she goes from like crying really, really hard to fangirling, and then to betrayal, must shock, and drag to sex dungeon.
Oh, and yeah, and she's not even cute, period.
Well,
the fact that, like,
she is adorable when she's not wearing that god awful costume.
She's fine. Yeah, she's fine when she's perfectly fine when she's like actually wearing like attractive clothing that's not even like super revealing, just fashionable.
Yeah, but you know, Ryan Johnson gave her a fucking burlap sack, and there are people who can make a burlap sack look attractive, but she is not one of them. Unfortunately,
it just kind of like she's like,
yes, I wear a burlap sack on my head. I like a hat.
Like
I wear it like a beanie.
Like Sigourney Weaver. Like Sigourney Weaver is actually a good example of somebody who can make like a pantsuit stylish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because like Ripley is a well-written character,
and Sigourney Weaver is hot.
Yeah, and Kelly Marie Tran is adorable, but she's not pretty enough to make it work.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is pretty enough to make that work. That's on the costume designers. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, it's like they forgot. It's like they forgot that lesbian women like to look at hot chicks too, not just men.
Even straight women like to look at hot chicks. Not as much as men, but like
everyone likes to look at attractive people, and they forgot that.
I just did not know the truth.
It's like, yeah, it's like you should know.
Yeah. It's like, this is common sense. Like,
yeah, it's just,
oh yeah, hey Finn, we need you to go to Canto Bites to get some guns.
They sold to the First Order. How does he not know it? Like, and also the janitor thing is stupid.
Yeah, we've already ranted about that.
Basically, yeah, it's just more stereotyping. It is more stereotyping. It's the black dude janitor. A hilarious black dude janitor. These movies are secretly racist, guys. I hope you realize that. These movies are secretly racist.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Like Wilson Zedmore.
I wanted more aliens. The fact that the entire crew seems to be made of humans is very, very telling.
I'm still disappointed that there were no clone troopers in the or no like clone trooper inspired Republic soldiers in the sequel trilogy. It's just these boring resistance. Like,
yeah, I think one thing that is, what was it? I think I lost my train of thought. But it's, what was it? Well, I think like I was going to say male gaze and lesbian gaze. There is no difference.
yeah, no,
Like,
No, there isn't.
it's the exact same thing. It's just like hot chicks, boobs.
Yeah,
and
they like both. Like it's
Thighs and ass. Boobs, thighs, and ass. And that gets everyone's attention.
yes,
Yeah. Like
that-
aren't they like trying to cater to like, yeah, where are lesbians on the like totem pole of social inclusion?
they're right below trans women.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, but we can't give these women big chests because that would offend trans people. Hello? Trans people like looking at big-chested women just like everybody else. That doesn't make them jealous.
Yeah, but it's like there's kind of an element of, well, I guess like to correct myself, there's a slight element of difference between lesbian gaze and male gaze, but it just kind of ends on the person. Since I have a friend who is lesbian and said like I would prefer not to have polyamory because it feels male gazy and just doesn't quite feel, it feels kind of weird.
It's like
Yeah,
they're fit
when they
guys
have-
and they're ass guys.
Yeah, but if you have someone that's got big boobs, big butt, and nice thighs, you're going to get everyone's attention because that's what everyone focuses on. And each person is going to focus on a different thing, but if you've got a nice figure, you're going to get everyone's attention because some people are going to be looking at her chest, some people are going to be looking at her ass, and some people are going to be looking at her legs. And that's all you need. Because a nice figure just demands attention.
Yes,
Whereas
and that's why I like anime because
and anime manages to make even the most androgynous person look attractive. Whereas we can't seem to do that.
Yeah, like like even if they're not like sexy, they're still like cute. Like like you know, like lollies. Like yeah, you wouldn't like the more cute than like sexually attractive. Well, no, they should be because they're lollies, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep going.
I've liked Finn from the off. I really have. I find him to be the character I want to know more about, because here's this child who never knew his parents, is brought up in the First Order, is literally brainwashed into being in the First Order, and breaks away from it, and his constant struggle with wanting to get away from it in the Force Awakens, where he.
So that's actually a good point. If the movie was about Finn, like if the sequel trilogy was about Finn, we would not be having this problem. Like we would not be in the stream right now bitching about The Last Jedi and like making fun of these assholes, because it would have been a good movie. Because Finn actually was the interesting character because he had flaws of being afraid.
Also,
and like, that's something that in this trilogy he could have overcome.
Yeah, agreed.
He wants to run away, which is his hero's call, because he comes back when he's needed. You sort of wonder at the start of this film where it looks like he's running because he's a coward, but is he running because he's a coward, or is he running because he is trying to make sure that Rey comes back?
No. He was trying to get away because he didn't want Rey to go back to the Resistance. because he felt that was a sure death sentence for her. But of course, Ray's and Mary Sue, so there was no way they'd kill her.
Yeah, and Ray has like 200 million hit points.
She's the DM's girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's what she is.
Let's go with that.
But you know, the motivation of getting the signal away from the resistance so that his friend doesn't get killed is a perfectly good motivation.
Yep, agreed.
Rose just shocks him.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
That's a very good point that you make, Neil, because the moment we see Finn kind of turn around is when he sees the children that this system is oppressing, and no one needs to lean over and speak directly to the audience and say, remember how Finn was also a child person who was taken advantage of. But we understand that. It's like, oh, of course, he sees children being oppressed by the system, and as soon as he understands that this is built on the backs of their suffering, he's like, yeah, no, let's write some giant camel donkey
No. They're focused more on animal rights than they are on the human slaves. You're wrong.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the scene where they were watching the horses around the racetrack getting whipped with electricity. And that's the scene where Rose got on her soapbox about how evil Cantabite was, blah, 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 blah.
And then when they went to release the animals, they found the children slaves, and it's like, nope, we don't need to worry about that. You do know that those kids are going to be abused for what you've just done, right? Right? Those children are going to be hurt because of you.
This can be explained with two things. One, more themes, and two, capitalism is bad. Okay.
I thought Bagel Theory would be in there.
Oh, Bagel Theory too. That's true. Bagel Theory.
That makes 3, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep
Can't
going.
forget about Bagel Theory.
That's fun.
We were discussing this yesterday. We took a car trip to Car's parents, and so we were debriefing, and it kind of solidified for me. I want to say first.
We were debriefing? What the fuck? Do you even know what that means? Do you even know what debriefing means?
It's like
you were not debriefing. You were chatting. Oh my god.
Oh god. This reminds me of that one joke from Red vs. Blue where they're supposed to be debriefing, but everybody knows the information and it's just wasting time. Like, yeah.
God.
Like there's only one, we're all on the same page, and there's only one page. And it says Simmons heard goddamn instructions on the radio. Also, Griff was in the back monkeying about. Yeah.
I love Rose. I love the Finn and Rose back and forth. I thought that was great. However,
no, they had absolutely no chemistry.
Stop lying.
I'm sorry. Kelly Marie Tran and what's his name?
John Boyega.
They might have some kind of chemistry, but their characters don't. And if you want the characters to have chemistry, you need to set up the scenes so that the chemistry between the two actors works. That's how and why Lucas chose Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher when he first started making Star Wars, because of how they gelled together.
Also, George Lucas is actually competent.
Yeah, that too.
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah, sometimes he fucks up and has his head in his ass. But Ryan Johnson's head is just lodged in his ass. There's no getting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though George Lucas does not like plots and characters, he prefers visual storytelling and cinematography stuff. He's a better filmmaker than Ryan.
Yeah,
that's because
here's the thing, though. like
Yeah.
visual storytelling and cinematography, like that is an art form in and of itself. Even if your like plot and dialogue isn't good, if you still have like good cinematography and good visual storytelling, you can still have a salvageable movie. Whereas if you do neither and say fuck both of them, and then you have then a shit movie. Now,
Yeah. So it's the prequels versus the sequels, literally.
yeah, it's the Virgin sequels versus the Chad prequels.
Yeah.
Let's
And-
keep going.
And the difference.
You
Huh?
gotta get.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have to get going.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Well, it
it's
was
been
nice having you. I will definitely check out your channel later on.
Yeah,
Thank-
me too.
Yeah, let him
Thank
talk.
you.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a pleasure, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
been a pleasure meeting you
pleasure.
guys.
In
However, this
quotation
video
marks.
this video's been pretty horrible. So
yeah,
I would. There'd be
I-
a possibility that I would return, but seeing as you might end at 3 hours anyway, I guess probably not. So,
Oh shit! It is almost at 3 hours.
Oh
yeah, we'll try to get it to. Let's try and get it to 50. Let's try to
Yeah.
get this 50 minutes even.
What are we at now? I can't see.
We are at 41:40. Let me switch to sharing the thing.
Okay.
Oh wait, so we've been okay. So we've been sitting. We've only listened to like 20 minutes so far.
Yep. Yeah.
No.
I totally agree, Dr. Crow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is absolutely
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Maybe next time, if you guys continue this video, maybe I could get me and Slime Nugget on, the other guy who runs the channel with me.
Yeah.
He's pretty
sorry.
excited.
Yes, I am so sorry that I forgot how long the CinemaSins BS was. I thought it would take like only a little bit to get through that. Dang.
Yeah,
it was
Well, I
funny.
mean, it's probably is like a short part of the actual like podcast, but you had no idea that we were gonna like spend like 10 minutes talking about it. Or no,
Well, it
we
was-
spent like 2 hours talking about it. Not 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ! Like,
jeez.
Well, it was good meeting you guys, and I'm excited to be
no,
on.
it was good meeting you too.
Yeah, I
Indeed.
enjoyed it.
All right. Well, good luck with the rest of this crap for today.
May the
All right.
rancor of progressiveness go with you.
Yes.
We'll catch you later. Yeah,
Right,
catch you later.
I'm surprised they didn't come up with like the Sarlacc pit of progressivism.
Yeah, me too.
That would have been better
Uh huh.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
because of the way it like grabs and just consumes
Mhm.
everything. Like, yeah, no, like
Yeah. Funny how they choose the one character that dies to be the thing of progressiveness.
yeah, the thing that gets its head slammed by a door.
Yeah.
And not even just a door, like a gate with like spikes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're down to 4. Okay. Oh wait, whoa. What happened to Lord Commander Dunn?
Dunn died.
Oh, no.
It looks like he ran out of vinegar gas.
hey, well at least Agent Yokai Zero's back.
You've
been here
been
the whole
very
time.
quiet. You've been very
yeah, you
quiet
kind of
though.
remind me
Nothing
of when
okay.
I was on Morning Nonsense on that one Saturday stream. When they were doing the call-in show where I was just like not saying much.
Mm. Yeah, and yesterday when Shiny hopped on, I just shut up because it was, wow, Shiny's here. I have no idea what to say.
Okay, wait. So Shiny was
bit.
covering this yesterday. Oh, okay.
he
If Shiny
jumped
was
in
there,
with us.
he's probably like, "Oh, fuck wits." Like,
Yes. Yes, that was
you
his.
fucking fuckwits. You call us the fucking rancor of progressivism. You
He missed that. He missed that actually.
Oh, he did. Oh,
I missed the initial. I missed like he said it and it cut me off, and just my internet died on, committed seppuku on me. Yeah, I think it hated the movie. think it hates this podcast too.
Trump's internet didn't kill itself.
No, it's the problem is that you don't have enough internet gas.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Literature Devil, I've heard, has a lot of internet gas. Maybe he can let you have some.
No, he always runs out.
Oh,
it's shiny.
that's right.
It's shiny and Smud who have the internet gas, though. Smud
it's Shiny and Smud. Maybe they can share their internet gas.
Yeah. Well, technically, like, I rarely have this kind of problem, to be perfectly honest. Like,
I've never had the problem either. So
yeah. Let's keep going. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Is the fact that
Can you hear
this
it?
suddenly feels like a different movie. Because this is suddenly about class when nothing in this movie previously.
Oh, hey,
has really
done.
been
My book
about
came.
Class. It was
Wow. They
I
actually
am
make a good
holding your
point.
book in my hands.
Oh, sweet. Do you actually want to share that on camera?
Let's see if I can set it up.
Okay, but I like how like the people like on this podcast actually make a decent point. Like,
yeah, it's abrupt.
It just suddenly there was no hint about talking about classism, and then suddenly we're gonna be like capitalism is bad. Okay.
yeah, it's like it doesn't matter if you like the boring scene or not. You're going to. No, Shiny is not.
No. Who is?
She's part of Literature Devil's harem along with Zofrat.
Oh yeah. The Literature Devil harem.
Yeah, when I need to just sit down and write, I have his first edition playlist up, and I just listen to that, and I get a whole lot done just listening to his voice. It's
he does
harder.
Have a sexy voice.
Yeah, it's harder when he has a guest. It's harder when he has a guest because it's someone else talking for a little bit, and I kind of want to listen to what they're actually talking about. But when it's just him talking about a subject, I find that I can listen. I kind of tune it out, but I don't at the same time, and I still get a whole lot done. No, I'm not in his basement. That's Shiny's place.
Yeah, that's Shiny's like naughty corner.
Crow wants to see the book too.
I know, I'm setting up my camera.
Alrighty, cool.
Oh, you don't have a camera on. Oh wait, are you using a desktop?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Let's keep going.
I have a webcam that I don't use because my
So keep in mind, everybody. This is their critique. These are the parts that don't work for them. I
thought this was the part where they were being nice to the movie.
No, this is supposed to be the part where they talk about the structural issues.
I think he was right that the issues that they would bring up would be really non-issues, and then every actual fucking thing, like that fucking green alien tit thing, was
something that they like.
Yeah, it would be the thing that they would praise. I think Chef made that prediction, and holy fuck,
they actually don't bring that up. They don't bring that up that I can remember. It's been a couple of months since I've seen this.
Whose weird fetish was that? Where they said, "Oh, the alien tit scene was so great."
That
would be Patrick Willems.
Yeah, that's Patrick Willems. Oh my god.
Okay, and yes, again, are we
to
sure
really
that's not a
set a
fetish?
fire? That thing is named Mara Jade.
Oh.
What?
If Ryan Johnson really wanted to set some fires, that thing would be called Mara Jade.
Oh.
If they wanted to really, really piss people off, yes.
If you want to save money on tearing down the old movie theaters, you could build a new one. Tell the people that the green alien milk came from Mara Jade.
Yeah, that
I would be I'm afraid I don't like riots, but I'm afraid I'd be one of the people setting the fires if they did that. Yes. Because Mara Jade is one of my favorite EU characters. I've made no secret of that.
I haven't gotten my hands on any of the EU stuff, unfortunately.
Look for the Thrawn trilogy.
All right, I will look. I will look for that then. Thank you.
Yeah, it's by Timothy Zahn, who is a really good sci-fi author, and the books are really good.
All right, good to know.
Didn't fit together real well. It kind of, there was a lot of creaking against each other.
So like the Galaxy Force ship just trying to get out of its space dock, just but everyone on board's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
That said, I think that's a really important idea and theme to be brought into it.
And to be introduced now.
to be
Yeah.
talked about. And I am hoping that even if it doesn't continue once J.J. Abrams takes episode 9 back, that Rian Johnson will continue with some of those ideas in his own trilogy.
Dude, episodes 10, 11, and 12 could be, we're going to take you rich bastards down.
Oh,
This
No.
is one of the scary things.
Please,
They
no.
want-
Oh, yeah.
No.
They want
By the
more of-
way,
so what they're
Well-
saying is they want more of Canto Bite.
I think I predicted that they said that
Yeah.
they would say that the movie wasn't
And-
woke enough.
And Noble Commando, you can find the audiobooks of the Thrawn trilogy on YouTube.
All
So
right, then
look
I will
up-
definitely check that out.
Yeah, so look up, hang on, I've got one of the books right here. I can find it in the timeline for you, for the names.
Let's keep going.
Let's see, Dark Force Rising.
About this is, basically Abrams pitched his idea for 9 today.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That is scary. And Rian Johnson apparently got a blank slate. He wasn't told you have to hit these beats. He was told, just, like having watched episode 7, write episode 8. And we're like,
Wait, he didn't watch
that's
episode
mental.
7? Are you
my-
fucking kidding me?
No, he said just watch episode 7 and see this movie.
Wait. Oh, so just watch episode? Oh, that might actually be worse. Just watch it. Oh no.
This is why I'm not a fan of discovery writing, because you write yourself in circles.
It's one of the reasons why George R. R. Martin is has been in a 9-year writer's block and only able to write up like historical stuff because that's easier to churn out. The only book he's only put out like novellas, and at least 4 or 5 of them have been put into an anthology book with only a few things added.
Sticking point with this film, and I don't know where I fall on this idea, and it's basically this film is a massive hit of the reset switch. The Republic's gone. You have the First Order becoming the Empire and taking control, and the
I hate that.
resistance.
I hate that whole plot point.
Of rebellion is
me
literally
too.
devastated down to
again,
how many
I wanted
people
to
we have
see,
left on the Falcon at
like
the
the
end.
Republic with their new army.
Part of me's like, part of me doesn't like the idea because it means everything that came before is kind of pointless. But I like the fact
Exactly.
that moving forward, everything has a meaning past this point.
What?
To
No.
rebuild and try
Then
again.
episode 10
Which
comes
is
out
the
and nothing is
overall theme
meaning
of it,
anymore.
The film seems to be going for.
It's like
everything after this point has meaning. No, it fucking doesn't, because they could just be just as easily being reset when the people don't like it. In fact, on Morning Nonsense, they were covering Doomcock's video on how it was planned to be reset.
Yep. Pretty much.
Carry away. We thought you knew and start again. fresh, fix the problem instead of having this deep-rooted problem still in there.
Right.
And the element of that I really, really appreciate is the notion that there is no you defeat the bad guy and then everything is fixed. You get to the end of the battle and then all of the other problems are magically solved.
Everyone gets a medal except Chewie.
Exactly. The world is continuous. You can remove the tyrant. You can defeat the over-authoritative police chief. You can, I don't know, burn down the Laird's castle. I don't know where I'm going with that one.
Just like burning things.
I'm trying to.
Yeah,
pick out
you can plug up Billionaire Mouse's hole.
Yes, absolutely. You can impeach the incompetent president. There will still
What
be
president? I thought
Impeachment does not do
destroyed.
that. It's basically
God, what the
suing
hell
the
does
president,
that have to
not
do with
removing
anything?
them.
Yeah, I thought the president got blown up on by the Star Killer.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And those were only 5 planets. So how is it that the First Order rules? Seriously? How?
They got their moon blown up. They got their space planet blown up.
Their space planet. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that makes no sense.
Space. Oh, no. Oh, God.
Let's keep going. Let's try and get through some more.
We could ball gullet the president.
Oh, yes.
Good Lord.
But my point
I don't know
being,
why,
there
but
is
I don't
still
think I can
going
make my
to
camera
be
work.
so much that
that's
needs
a shame.
fixing after that thing is
Maybe
done.
you can
You
send
don't
pictures.
get the happy ending, and now you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, I'm
have
just
to do
gonna
any
send
more
pictures
work.
of it.
That's not how it runs.
That'll work.
Billionaire.
That's so. In theory, the concept of a continuous story is interesting, but they do not execute it very well.
No, they don't. Oh, and
What did
Noble
they
Commando.
execute well?
Noble Commando,
So-
I put the names in the private chat
Thank
for
you. I saw that. I will definitely check those out. But again, once again, what did the sequel trilogy execute well?
Nothing.
By killing off or
So like they could, nothing. They do nothing. It's an exercise in successfully figure out how to not plan anything and lose the attention of your audience.
The whole thing might as well have been Discovery written, with all
It's
the
actually
errors
worse.
that there are still.
It's kind of worse because it's more like a custody battle. This feels like a petty custody battle between two a-holes.
Yeah, between
Yeah.
two jackasses who both don't know how to write.
Yeah, they don't.
It's like two hobos fighting over a moldy sandwich.
Ew! Not that you're wrong, of course, but gross.
Yeah. And it's like you could have Game of Thrones is actually good at doing this, like in the early seasons, where you have Joffrey in season 4 die, and he's been like the villain, quote unquote, for a while, but he's not like he's one of the antagonists. You need to have multiple solid antagonists that are set up. And Game of Thrones did that. However, the problem with the sequel trilogy is A, Snoke getting killed does not make sense. B, Kylo Ren is not intimidating at all.
See everything else.
Yes. let's go with that. Let's finish this turkey, shall we?
Okay.
And
This
Mouse had
3-hour turkey.
And now Blood Feud is on.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there that is. But it's an ongoing journey, and you can now. It's long enough that you can dip in and out of the various elements of it as you choose, and I really, really like that.
Yeah.
One thing that just does not come across in the movie that actually, and I hate being if you look at the supplementary material stuff, but something
that's usually
I hate when they do that.
Well, if you read the book
Sorry,
on
Neil.
this,
Yeah, if you read the novelization, it explains everything. Fuck you, I hate reading. Like,
And fuck you, I think this movie is crap, and if these people messed up the movie this badly, then what makes you think that I'm going to trust them with the novelization?
Yeah, like,
we were having the same discussion with someone on Smudboy's channel in the Star Wars section with someone like months and months ago. And they ended up leaving because we were going, no, we don't trust these people to write these books well because the movies aren't good.
Yeah, and like, if you guys have ever played Halo 5, like, they basically did the same thing. Where they, I had read a book once. You did, Dr. Crow, that is right.
And you know, they don't understand that the reason that everyone went to the expanded universe was because they wanted more Star Wars. It wasn't because they wanted to understand the movies better. It was because we wanted to know what happened during either the Clone Wars or afterwards when
or before the Clone Wars.
Yeah, like KOTOR. But we went to read those books because we want more Star Wars. We're not going to the novelization to the movies because we don't understand the movies.
Yep. Well, let's try and finish their like not so good bit. Maybe we'll go a little bit over and just try and finish. Okay, we'll try and finish their what they think are the problems, and then
can you give me a timestamp so I can know how much longer?
I don't remember actually the exact timestamp. Let's just keep going until we get to the point where they start praising it.
But I'm a big fan of Charles Soule's Poe Dameron comics, and there's a wonderful scene in there where Leia is kind of looking out over the Resistance and saying, you know, when we were the Rebellion, we had thousands of pilots. We've got maybe a dozen here, and that was before Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And she's talking about how it's very hard to convince people that it was very easy to get pilots and to get fighters during the Rebellion because they had been under the heel of the Empire for 30 years. Whereas it's harder to convince people that the problem is on the horizon, you need to stop it.
We kind of had an election where that became very crystal clear last year.
We had a referendum.
Wait, are they talking about Donald Trump?
No, they're talking about Brexit.
Oh,
they're talking about
British.
Brexit.
Why
they're
are
talking
they?
about Brexit and Donald Trump. Yeah.
Oh, they
Why are they talking politics when they should be talking about the damn movie?
Yeah, and even
because
then,
they're crazies.
Like, didn't the Republic have an army?
Yes, it should have. But in the expanded universe, they made the asinine decision to say, no, the Republic demilitarized along with the large portions of the Empire.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works. You don't demilitarize yourself. You make the other person in the conflict is the one who demilitarizes when they lose.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, like, imagine if, like, the United States decided to demilitarize because they defeated Nazi Germany, and the Soviet Union is like, let us take over the United States of America, comrades. Let us reenact Red Dawn in real life.
No, it's worse. It's like if Iran did it. Like, this First Order is the equivalent of Iran.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if the Mujahideen suddenly got like a bunch of nukes and nuked America. That is the analogy.
No, it would be like if the United States sold like the nukes to the Mujahideen and like the Taliban and like stuff like that, and then the Mujahideen used those nukes to nuke America.
Yeah, that's about as stupid. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
The way that that's addressed is also kind of tied into how this sort of hits the reset button, in that it's almost like a very extreme version of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, in that, you know, that was Cap saying, okay, we've got to, you know, let the past die, but
Cap never said that.
Oh my God, we just...
Cap never said that. That was Kylo fucking Ren.
Yeah,
Get
your fucking characters straight.
He says everything goes, but he is saying everything goes because Hydra is so enmeshed in S.H.I.E.L.D. that there's no point in trying to just purge. All of it they have to break down both structures. The rot has set in so bad. But let's keep going. Just
shook this thing and a whole bunch of Nazis came out. We've got to get down to get rid of the Nazis.
Yes.
Whereas with Star Wars, like both metatextually and in the service of the story here, this has become so focused on the wrong things that we have to start again, or else it's never going to be about the people who are the machinery that makes it work. Like,
What the hell did you just do?
Of the Resistance having to reinvent itself because they're still
what?
The Force Awakens and this.
Okay, I'm still confused that they're saying that they're focusing on the wrong things, that they're focusing on the people and the mechanical. Let me tell you something. The prequel's the sequel trilogy's world building is absolute shit.
Yeah. Compared to the hundreds and hundreds of compared to the dozen or so authors that wrote the EU, the world building that Disney has done is completely shit, and that's because that's because it's what the hell are they doing in that writer's room?
Nothing. It's just one big circle jerk.
A dozen writers under one person was able to have more continuity than hundreds of writers under a story group.
A story group. No, that's the...
Yeah, that's what they call themselves. They call themselves the Star Wars Story Group. The what?
What they really are is the story police.
Yes, that's exactly what they are.
We're having fun, but we're going to take your fun away.
And I'd read Zahn's books, but they have him under so many restrictions that I'm not sure that it would be up to his usual level of quality. I'm not. I'm really not. And that's why I'm just not going to touch any of those books. There are so many restrictions in place. They were going, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And it's like, then why did you hire me to write a story in Star Wars if you're not going to let me do any of these interesting things? Why? Why did you say, come write for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are way too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yep.
They should have... I think what should have happened when Disney bought Star Wars is they should have allowed Lucas to keep control of the books. Because then at least we would know that the quality of the books wouldn't have changed.
Yeah, it's like basically... These stories are so fucking raw, they have a pulse.
Yeah, right. Oh, they're not writers, they're not even story police, they're wannabe therapists who jump to protect someone's feelings before they feel anything.
Yeah, it's like... it's like you don't have a style, you can't even write, and yet you say you have a style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Under the way that the rebellion used to operate when they had more means, but they're still so concentrated on very few leaders that they're crippled by losing the bridge of one ship. And so it's like, okay, we need to spread this in a different way. We need to find a different way to get our message out. We need to find a different audience. And The Force Awakens kind of did that, and The Last Jedi makes it its mission statement of, we are not going to be able to reach new people and recruit new people to the Resistance, to watch Star Wars, if we don't stop making...
So essentially they're likening themselves, they're saying that Star Wars is trying to make a political statement and say, let's recruit people to the resisting of the fascists, I guess.
Yeah, basically the resistance in Star Wars is basically Antifa with guns.
Yeah. Well, it's like Star Wars. Well, like literally, like Star Wars is in a meta way is saying let's resist Trump to these people.
And it doesn't work because
people
that's dated.
don't like it, and people don't like it. Most people, as far as I'm aware, don't really care. They're either don't like it or don't care. At least the people that are not already on your side, they either don't care or don't like it.
Even like just some guy who has admitted to being like left wing hates
and
this bullshit.
Really biased, and like he admitted to being biased in the last one. Like he said, we have not ever made the claim to being a balanced podcast.
Yeah, and as long as they say that, then that's okay. But if they don't, then it's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, it's just like capitalism is a bad, okay?
Thanks for the $20 super chat.
Yeah, exactly.
These people, they're so annoying.
I know.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's
soldier on.
Yeah.
Making it insular. Like Star Wars cannot be insular and survive.
Star Wars cannot be insular?
Yeah.
Since when was Star Wars insular? Since when? Since when?
Does that have something to do with incels? Are they saying like Star Wars is for incels?
I think they're saying like it's for white males. Like let me go back.
So basically incels, because they think all white males are incels.
Well, technically, most of the people on this particular podcast are white males.
So they're cucks. No, well, they are incels, but they're also cucks.
Well, one of them is married. Well, two of these are married. 4 of these people are married couples.
The ability to put a ring on it does not mean you are not a cuck.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Funny how both of those are true.
Yeah. In fact, if you're married, you're more likely to be a cuck than if you're not married and you let your like wife sleep with other guys. Like, you're more of a cuck if you let your wife sleep with other guys than if you just let your girlfriend sleep with other guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're like mega cucks.
Oh, yeah. It's
And
Cuckle man.
wrong things that we have to start again, or else it's never going to be about the people who are the machinery that makes it work. Like
the machine.
It was always about the people, you
resistance.
goddamn idiot.
What does that mean? The people who are the machinery that makes it work.
The fans. He's referring to the
like
fans,
some
but
socialist bullshit that they say
Yeah,
about
it does.
capitalism.
It
Like-
does. It does. It really does.
yeah.
having to reinvent itself because they're still even in the Force Awakens and in this they're still working under the way that the rebellion used to operate when they had more means, but they're still so concentrated on very few leaders that they're crippled by losing the bridge of one ship. And so it's like, okay, we need to spread this in a different way. We need to find a different way to get our message out. We need to find a different audience. And The Force Awakens kind of did that, and The Last Jedi makes it its mission statement of, we are not going to be able to reach new people.
Wait, I think
and
you're talking
recruit
about
new people to the Resistance.
What?
I mean, to watch
What?
Star Wars.
Oh my god. God, if you hadn't changed anything at all, you would have a whole new generation of fans. You'd have a bigger fan base than you do now because you wouldn't have
Also-
chased the old fans away.
Also, he's saying, get the message out. Like, what is this, propaganda?
It's not supposed to be because Star Wars is not propaganda.
Like he's saying that Star Wars should be propaganda, and he likes the fact that it is. Like we
good
joke,
Lord.
that it's propaganda, but they're like, yes, more propaganda, keep it coming. And it's just like, great.
It's like these people get off to like making the quote unquote chuds angry. Like it's like a fetish.
Yeah, Ryan
I know
Johnson
we made a
himself.
joke that like like everything like in the left, like everything's a fetish, but really this is like a fetish.
Yeah, and Ryan Johnson himself said that he measures the success of a film in if the audience comes out of it, half of them go, "This was the best movie ever," and the other half say, "I hate that fucking movie." That's what he said. Those are his own words.
That sounds like revisionism on Johnson's part. Like he wanted to make it awesome. When he
No,
failed,
This is from Brick. This is from 2 years before. This is from 2 years before The Last Jedi.
Yeah, this was for. This was in a
Brick. It was in
Yeah.
Brick's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't find that surprising.
If we don't
Yeah, let's keep going. Save that for later.
stop making it insular. Like Star Wars cannot be insular and survive for 40 more years.
That bridge scene, the audible gasp in my cinema when Leia is sucked out into space was so loud. It was. I thought, no, they're not. I genuinely thought, no, that's it. That's how they're getting around everything. I know they said they wouldn't, but they have. They're, and then, holy balls.
We appear to have gone straight past the bad things
I
into the best
like
thing
it.
in the film. This was like top 3 Star Wars moments for me. Continue.
What?
guys, but
What was when Leia forced herself back on the bridge?
Carrie
Yes.
Poppins was his top 3.
Yeah, he was like
Leia
the best.
Poppins is what they called her, but
Yeah, so
I think Carrie Poppins is catchier.
Yeah,
I like Carrie
I agree.
Poppins.
I agree.
Why? That was so
Or-
fucking stupid.
Yeah,
So he
it's
said
like
we seem to have, he said we seem to have gone past the bad things and straight to the best thing in the film for me. Like this was top 3 Star Wars.
Yeah, I
moments.
think we are getting to like the good stuff, where they're the quote quote good stuff.
Okay.
This
It's
is when
like-
they're trying to suck the
no,
dick.
they're. I have no problem with the idea of Leia being able to do what she did. I have no problem with the idea of it. But in order for that scene to work, you have to show Leia earlier in the movie using the Force to do something to show us that, yes, she now has some training under her belt.
Also, don't make it look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like like the way it is shot looks ridiculous.
Leia should have died in space.
Yeah, especially
Seriously,
after yeah. I don't care if you have to cut out the moment where Luke and Leia speak. You need to cut that out.
Yes.
After Carrie Fisher died, there's no point in leaving those in.
Yeah, none at all. Or, yeah,
Let's-
as I was saying, there's no point in leaving it in, unless the first scene of the next movie is her funeral. There's no point.
Oh, but you see, it's good because it subverts expectations.
Yeah. How about we go? Let's go to 50 minutes so we have an even break point, and then we will show hopefully, and then Yokai can show the picture of my book, and we can show a meme that Dr. Crow made as our palate cleanser.
Yeah, please.
I did not see this coming. I like the fact in the build up to it, you have Kylo Ren attacking the main ship, blowing up the hangar bay, trashing Poe's X-Wing again.
Kylo
This
doesn't do
maybe-
that.
We're all hoping this is the running game.
It's not Kylo. Well,
he takes his thumbs off the triggers, and then some other TIE fighter does it.
Oh, just wait.
Oh,
Don't worry.
And then he goes to attack the bridge, and I'm assuming that he senses that his mother is there, and he can't do it. He never fires the shot.
That's so fucking stupid, though. He killed his father. He should not care.
Yeah.
He should not care. He killed his father. He should not be having these second thoughts, shall we say?
Yeah, Kylo Ren displays displays multiple traits of a psychopath, of a low-functioning psychopath.
A very low-functioning psychopath.
Yeah, it's like Kylo Ren is just like the kind of guy who is like a walking time bomb, where unless he gets what he wants, like he's gonna snap and like break some shit and throw a temper tantrum. Like
like he actually does in the movies previously.
I know.
Dear Lord, I cannot take him seriously.
Yeah, I know. There's like that goofy ass scene where like he's like slashing up the room and the stormtroopers are walking the one way and then they turn the fuck around the other fucking way. Because they're like, oh shit, I'm not dealing with this. Like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, with Vader, at least with Vader, the people who are working there know that if they make a mistake, they die. Because he doesn't take incompetence.
Yeah, he doesn't
stand for it.
Yep.
But with Kylo Ren, it takes longer to build and replace the equipment that he trashes than it does to move around the people that are already working for you.
Human lives, like compared to tech, are relatively worthless.
Yeah.
Or at least they're cheap.
So what he should have done is he should have killed the guy who reported it instead of wrecking the tech that now
just do nothing. Or just do nothing. Actually, doing nothing would have been better than either, where he just looks at the guy and the guy shrinks away because he is terrified of this ghoulish thing.
Yeah. Like, yeah, where he's like, oh no, I don't want to be around here when you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he even could be implied that he
Or he just says, get out of my sight or I'll kill you. Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, at least if they'd done that, it would have proved that he was kind of on the path to being his grandfather, because
or at least he would be like
Vader never gave Vader. I don't think Vader gave anyone a second chance until Piet.
And
even Piet was terrified that he was going to die because he lost Luke.
Piet was just promoted.
Yeah.
And he's probably, and I think here we kind of see, like, I think that it would be fine for Kylo not to kill the guy because, like, the guy's just saying something, giving him bad news. He's not. Vader only killed somebody if they reported that they had failed at something.
Yeah,
specific,
basically,
like
I kill you if you fuck up. Like, that's whereas, like, no.
Yeah, and you can just say, like, to the guy giving him bad news, get out of my sight before I cut you in half. And he means it. That would be so scary. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, that would. But instead, they make him a 3-year-old who has a tantrum. Because that's what a 3-year-old does. A 3-year-old picks up their toys and they destroy their toys. And then they cry about it later.
Alrighty. We got 40 seconds left. Let's finish this.
Yes.
And we see Leia pulled out into space, and you think, that's it. She's gone. I actually thought, because it goes back to Leia sort of floating in space, and there's sort of all like that, I thought Kylo would, like, I don't know if the ship could even do it, had swung around to pick her up, to retrieve her.
As well,
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
That would have been a hell of a redemptive moment.
But you see, it's like Leia's hand twitch, and hand moves. She's not frozen, and you realise that Leia is she's not a Jedi. She's freaking close because she just holds out and
No,
back into
no,
the ship. It's like,
we don't know if she's
Wow.
close to being a Jedi or not. We don't know that. We don't see her training. We don't see her actually using the Force. And just because you're Force sensitive doesn't mean that you use the Force to do anything anything more than augment your skills.
Yeah, like Anakin Skywalker could only.
He was the only human pod racer because he was Force sensitive.
Yeah, and that's to the extent. And like you see, like
he's the chosen one.
Yeah,
And
to
he's
do
the
more than
chosen
that,
one.
you need training.
Yeah.
To do more than because that's what Luke did. Luke enhanced his ability to shoot. And it could have been part of his piloting skills too. We don't know. But it doesn't matter. Because he uses the Force to enhance his targeting ability in A New Hope. Leia, if you wanted that scene to work, you should have seen Leia, someone ask Leia for a file or something and have her use the Force to pull the file from a desk, the surface of a desk that was like across the room. That's what you should have done. But no, instead, this Carrie Poppins comes out of fucking nowhere. And that's not how it works. I mean, yes, you could maybe infer that Luke did take the time to train her a little bit during the 30 years between
Even though
Force
Ryan said that
Awakens
didn't
and
happen.
Jedi. But yeah.
Even though Ryan said that didn't happen, Ryan Johnson came out and said, no, Leia wasn't trained at all. She could just do that.
But that requires
Because Ryan Johnson
training.
is like
That
an airhead.
is an ability that needs training. It's being shown. That's telekinesis. And
Except Ray
telekinesis
did it without training because Ray's a Mary Sue.
Yeah, but everybody else except these two characters have shown that they need training and that is actually an advanced
I think
skill.
they said in the podcast that they told Ryan Johnson to just watch episode 7. And so we just watched episode 7, and you realize, oh, people can use the Force if they know how to use if they can use the Force. And so Leia couldn't use the Force.
No! Force use is... Okay, use of the Force is instinctive, but only to a certain point.
So
You need-
here's our meme.
That's so good! That is so awesome!
XR for asking we kill him.
We could kill him at the door. Rancor progressiveness.
Yes. Yes.
And then here's another one that I think is equally hilarious.
Oh.
One does not just Thank you for that. I think that's the first meme I've been.
You have been immortalized as a meme.
What about
how does it feel to be a meme?
Kind of good, actually.
Are you gonna go to Disneyland now?
I've been to Disneyland. No, I'm not going back.
But you're supposed to say, I'm going to Disneyland, because that's what they do in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, everybody
That's
says
what they
they're
do in
going
the
to
Super Bowl.
Disneyland, and they go to Disneyland and they say, I'm never going back.
Well, I've been to Disneyland enough that it would be boring anyway, and I don't want to go back to California anyway. So.
Oh,
no.
yeah, California is
Yeah,
like a shithole.
California is yeah.
Yeah, no, I have lived in California for 3 years. So. I
You
love the fact that I
moved
could go to Legoland and Disneyland all the time. But other than that, it was like absolutely fucking awful.
Yes. Yeah, Disneyland is a wasteland now. Ugh.
Oh yeah, especially with that like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That's like,
It's like, why? Why did you?
So, kind of as like a palate cleanser, we promised that we would share the picture of the book, the Yokai just bought, I believe. I believe it's this one. I'm not sure. Let me see. But yeah, this is the book that Yokai was talking about.
Yeah, nice.
looks pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have it on audio?
No, I don't have the means to do audiobooks.
Oh, I have Adobe Audition. I can record. I'm mostly joking.
I vote Yokai do the reading because he's really good at doing that.
Yes, no, Yokai should do the reading.
But yeah, this is kind of the summary right here. If you like it, if you like what we talk about, please take a look at my book on Amazon Kindle, and it is also available in paperback form for $10.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, we have reached the 3.5 hour mark. Thank you to all my guests, including the ones that
for having
died.
me.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry I was late.
Yeah, no problem. You didn't miss anything. Don't worry. You missed a minute.
Thank God.
You missed a minute of
talking
math.
about cinema sins, like. So
yeah.
Yeah, I was so surprised that we got like so much time out of the Cinema Sins BS. More time out of Cinema Sins than Star Wars.
It's just that's how wrong this person is.
That's I guess that's how morning nonsense is. We're like,
yeah.
Yep.
Where they spend way too much time on some stupid bullshit.
Yeah. Yep. Morning nonsense, I think, is only supposed to be 2 hours long, but they always end up going for 3 or 4 hours.
I know, right?
Well, I have to say, bye. See everybody later. Please, do you have anything to pimp?
I have a YouTube channel, but I don't post on it right now.
You can find me over on Space Battles, as always.
Alrighty. Well, I will see everybody later, and you can find my stuff on Amazon on Kindle. The links are in the description. If you want to buy my books, I am happy to give that out. Also, there will be a poll for tomorrow whether you guys want us to continue Last Jedi, or whether somebody wants to sign up for a tutoring session, or brainstorming session, I mean, or just a simple Q&A. Those are the 3 options. Let me know in the Discord. Anyway, bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.